I know you're trying so hard to deflect all the emotion.
I want to play level titties.
Level titties.
Level titties.
Is that 10?
No, definitely level 1.
It's level titties.
Level 1.
Level 1.
All right. What do we want to play? What do we want to play? What do we want to
Well,
play? He
I
wants
have
to do Neverwinter, he's thinking? Or do we want to do a one-shot?
We're not doing a one-shot tonight. It's almost 8 o'clock. We're building characters and then starting. We could do a 4-part series. We could do a smaller series. That's fine too.
Okay.
And, like we do with acquisitions, every session was a level up.
Mm-hmm.
You do that.
Cool. Let's start at 16.
No, I'm not doing. No. Maybe level 3.
I would say 3.
Because at least level 3, you can pick your subclass.
Especially if we're only doing 4.
If you do it like a shorter series of sessions. Because, as soon as the holidays are over, we're bringing back Kalashah
Mhm.
and doing season 2 of Kalashah.
Mm-hmm.
So, find out just how evil Takit really is. Or if he's even evil at all.
I think Takit is evil. I think his head in a bucket is evil. Yeah, I think we have to replace those now.
I think it's looking that way. Let me go ahead and cycle off the studio really quick. Sorry, folks, if you're live and watching, we got to reset the studio.
We'll be back.
Okay, we'll be back in a moment. Turn that back on.
All right, so we're making a new character. What do I want to play?
Well, I think part of the conversation needs to be what world we want to play in. I also think Kalashah was kind of that open, dynamic, intrigue and mysterious world, because it's all, kind of about a kind of save the world vibe a little bit in there, or at least figure out what's happening to the world. I like the energy we had. Monday night. It was more laid back. It was playful, a little more lighthearted. So, maybe a campaign that takes on those notes more than serious notes. Well, okay. Don't forget, make sure your microphone's near you.
I like that.
So
Lighter,
my horrible
less
idea,
serious.
Right? Because
Yeah.
Monday was kind of like that. Yeah, we're on. Oh, sorry. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Tonight we're rebooting our Tuesday night for the remainder of the holidays. We were playing DC 20, but things got a little hectic, so we got as deep as we could in that with the playtest. Did a couple one-shots with them as well. But Tuesday nights, for the next maybe 4 or 5 sessions, we're going to do a little minimal 2024 D&D rules, and we're talking about what characters we're making tonight. We're also talking about what world we might be, doing these characters in, so to speak.
Our evil leader, esteemed leader, has an idea.
Which is Steam's leader? Oh, that is.
Oh God, why am I the leader? No,
Yeah,
if we want to put right. So I was going through my watch history on YouTube, and I remembered the Dimension 20 show that they did with Matt Mercer, with where they were the.
You're so low. Your voice is so
I
low.
will put the mic right in front of me.
Well, your voice is low. I can barely hear you.
Sorry.
Because
So
you whisper when you talk.
So it was the one where they were the evil henchmen, right?
Really, Bill?
Was that a Dimension 20?
It was a
one?
Dimension 21 where it was like Matt Mercer.
Well, I remember them all playing goblins as part of
I
the
have a microphone
release
so
of
here.
the Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah,
I remember that. I don't remember them being an evil henchman group.
they were.
Was it
they
a while
were.
ago?
It was a while ago. It was a
Okay.
while ago. It was a
Something
great
about
one, and I
being lighter.
rewatched some of it and I just loved it because like one of my favorite things was Matt built this glorious character. It was this like Death Knight character that couldn't beat a halfling with a frying pan.
That's about right.
Yeah. So like something laid back or funny would be like, oh, what if we were just a group of
For hire
Hen-
henchmen.
for hire henchmen?
I kind of feel like we did that in
Mercenary?
acquisitions, though.
Yeah.
Didn't
Kind of like the henchman from the Monarch, Venture Brothers.
Oh God.
we? For a moment there, when you said Monarch, I thought you meant from like the kaiju movies,
Oh
where
no.
you guys work for Monarch collecting monsters. I mean, we could do a Monster Hunters vibe or theme.
Something.
The setting is just the setting that you guys get to play, and I kind of thought moving the setting up north would be fun. Neverwinter is so far up north of the Sword Coast that it puts it in a whole new perspective, and I really like the world that they built for Neverwinter in the movie.
I had this weird idea for a campaign a long time ago. It's based off of some of the Raymond
Well,
Faust
let's
books.
hear it. Let's hear it.
Raymond Faust books.
Okay.
So, if you summon a demon out from below, right? How they're bound by certain laws and all this stuff.
Yeah.
What if there is a plane that is so good that we are demons to them? They summon
Oh
us
my
up
God,
to
that's
do their
terrible.
Yeah, to do their dirty work because they can't
That's
even.
the
can't even-
Lilliputian effect,
They
right?
can't even. They can't
Worlds
even
within
conceive
worlds within
about-
worlds.
They can't even conceive about how to do something wrong, but they know if they pull these beings from the lower plane, shit's gonna happen.
Oh, I love it.
And when we're on the higher plane, everything we eat is like food of the gods. Because it's like it gives us
Yeah.
extra goods. So I don't just a weird idea.
That is a cool idea, actually.
And if
I
we-
like that.
Yeah. So
Got some Cosmere vibes to it.
Okay.
Worlds within worlds within worlds within worlds. Always reminds me of that
Or the
episode. In,
cultivation thing where it's
Pipes,
like
not
the different
pipes, Raymond
realms.
pipes.
it always reminds me of that
Magician.
Love Death Robot cartoon episode where their freezer is a
Yeah.
developing world,
Yep.
and they're the gods watching this world develop, but they eventually attain godhood and interstellar travel, and they become the gods to them. It's a cool vibe. That's a real cool vibe. That would require. I don't know if we'd need a world for that or a lore for that. I mean, it could be. Think about that
Just a
one.
plane.
Yeah, just
take
a
a plane from one of the books.
Well, the new
Ooh.
2024 DM's guide simplified a lot of the cosmology of D&D now. It's a lot easier now just to kind of insert your own creative plane into the cosmology because the cosmology structure is kind of easier now to deal with.
What if all the deities were kids playing Dungeons and Dragons and they accidentally summoned their followers?
That reminds me of the Carl Cullinan series.
Yeah.
Or the cartoon. Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, when they go to the...
I'm the barbarian. Bobby the barbarian.
Oh my god, it's so true.
Or we could do superheroes.
You want to be a
These superheroes.
superhero? Can you be superheroes in D&D?
What
would that look like?
I'm sure you could.
We might have to play GURP.
I haven't played GURPS and...
I wonder if you could do superheroes in GURPS.
Well, you can. They have
Generic
a book for it.
universal,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Generic universal role-playing system. That's why it's called GURPS.
We'd only need our D3s though. I mean, D6s though. 3 D6s.
Yeah, they use the
That's
degrees of...
champions.
Well, they
Yeah,
use...
Hero
too.
system and champion. Oh, GURPS does it too?
Yeah, they use degrees of failure and success, right?
Yeah. And you want to roll low, not high.
Right. And it's kind of like when we played Candela Obscura, where you'd have certain degrees of success and certain degrees of failure.
Not quite to that extent, but I think it varies DM to DM.
Another idea that would be lighthearted.
Hmm.
We all play Fae characters and we get summoned to do bidding and the whole stuff to do with the Fae.
But we get summoned together.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that'd be hysterical.
And it wouldn't matter if any of our party members were
Well,
gone.
we got
I
summoned by-
like that idea.
Have you seen like those animes
Oh
and
my
stuff where it's
God,
like
we get
you're at a
summoned
school
into a
and you're
battle.
being like they're summoning the
right into
familiars?
that.
Yeah.
and all of a sudden just like
Attack them! Ooh, them! Fireball!
We get summoned right into a battle.
I think I might like this idea.
Where am I?
But it doesn't necessarily have to be a battle right away. What if it's these kind of super cringy, secretive, cloistered wizards in a tower
Mhm.
that use their fae creatures to go out into the world and do what they need done? Well, I mean,
It's
you
like
get
the Three Stooges effect.
We
right?
would get direction,
you get basic instruction.
and it might be terrible.
Listen,
direction.
my pretty, I need you to go into the magistrate's house and find me a box made of wood with a little gold inlay. It'll have a lock on it. So be sure to bring me the key as well. Thank you. So you don't
Found it.
need,
Here's the key.
you don't
I
necessarily.
didn't bring it, but you said find it. I found it. And bring the key.
The box was heavy.
You said bring
there's
the key.
3 boxes, so I didn't know which one to pick.
You said find it. I found it. And I brought
Oh,
the key.
this is a dangerous idea. I like it.
Especially with our brains.
I like it a lot. I like it. So now you got to pick fey creatures to be,
Okay.
Oh,
And then roll up. and roll up a fey creature.
I'm gonna be a fairy rogue. I've
Did
never
you have
thought
to
of that.
tap into 2014 content for the Fae? Or is it in the 2024 content? Because I've got the 2024 content for the DM's Guide and Player's Handbook.
What's
Uh,
the program called?
D&D Beyond?
Thank you.
If you need me to, I can share the link in Discord to the campaign link.
Dude, I really have to delete some stuff or something.
Are you having memory problems?
No,
Caching?
It's just slow.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, that usually means that you have memory problems. You've got too many programs running at the same time.
I think I had to have expanded rules,
That's fine. Yeah, I prefer expanded
Um,
rules because I'd rather.
but I,
like
don't
them.
have legacy turned on.
So,
The 2014.
Oh, you should find your salad.
so now if I
I was gonna ask like, is that
Mhm.
now I logged into mine, if I go in through here, will that put me in where I need to go, or
Yeah, the Kalisha one, and then you can make a character. I think
Yep.
down at the bottom of that, or I make them differently,
Which one do you
so
want?
I don't know.
Oh no, I'm just doing the proverbial looking over my screen. I got to order the new DM screen too. It's got all the new cheats on it for the 2024 rules.
I shut off the wrong one.
I've already had a bowl, but I know that's a lot for you to eat.
I figure you'll eat the rest. My character.
But I wanted the prosciutto to be fresh, so I put it on top.
Thank you.
You're still supposed to like blend it a little bit with the salad. But yeah, that's my version of a California caprese. It's prosciutto, cucumber, avocado, tomato, cilantro, and then a garlic oil, like a garlic olive oil, and just a little bit of balsamic. And that makes it, the avocados emulsify so that you get that nice creamy texture kind of mixed in with it. So yeah. I know it's good. It's one of my favorite go-tos.
I should have brought the thing.
It's one of my
Apple page.
it's one of my favorite ones to go to because
hungry?
it's a good, healthy option.
Milestone,
I have
Yes,
some,
milestone.
hit point type fixed.
Pulled pork
Manual.
and
Change that to manual.
Hawaiian rolls and barbecue sauce in the fridge.
Like I said, I have a
Expanded rules,
uh,
2024 rules. Everything else will
Yeah,
be turned off.
everything on there. Everything else turned off?
Yeah, everything else turned
So-
off. Let's stick with
So legacy, expanded, and homebrew.
no. Turn off legacy.
Okay.
So we're only going to do 2024 rules and expanded rules. That's it.
It doesn't show 2024.
Taking off homebrew. Taking off 2014. It automatically
should
has
show. Let me
2014.
make sure.
It automatically has 2024 on. Doesn't it?
Oh, it does. You're right. So when you turn off legacy, it defaults to 2024. Sorry.
Okay, so homebrew and expanded.
And
No
then
homebrew.
No homebrew.
Leave
So
critical role.
expanded, yes.
Expanded rules and critical role. Yes.
and
Turn off
get rid of,
everything
like, the,
Rick and Morty, Cobalt Press,
Yeah, turn all
Drakkenheim,
that off.
Humblewood. Blah, 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 blah.
Optional class features and customize your origins, yes.
Yes.
Feats multi-class requirements.
That's up to you.
Use prerequisites. I mean, I usually prefer to use prerequisites. But if you don't want to and you just want to take a feat without the prerequisite, you can.
Probably up to you. The only thing I'm assisting with is 2024 rules, expanded rules, and critical role rules. That's mostly to streamline your choices because
I think if we're going to be Fae, then we should just take whatever comes, right?
yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So,
But Fae, I mean, Fae, you're pretty much whatever you want to be as a Fae.
Yeah.
Right? You can describe your Fae existence, and I mean, you could be elven featured, but a Fae, right? You could be a centaur who's a Fae, a satyr is a Fae. So, you know, anything that's Fae adjacent, you can be. However, for the fun of the campaign idea that you guys just came up with, and this is your guys' idea, and I love it. You may want to research briefly Fae wild creatures that you can be, and just pick Fae as your racial choice. Balance it with your origin story, where you pick your origin, class, and everything else. Obviously, we still got to roll dice for attributes and everything, but you'll describe yourself as Fae, but you're clear you can use whatever description of your own physicality. So whether you're a pixie, a fairy, another, maybe you want to just make up your own creature. Like maybe you're a small frog that's from the Fae, right? Like a small bullywog type
or a
creature.
dog with a human face.
Or a dog with a human face, yeah.
Or-
You could clockwork orange it all you want to. That's perfectly fine.
I want to be a dragon.
You want to be a
encumbrance?
pseudo dragon?
Mm-hmm.
You can be a pseudo dragon if you want to.
No encumbrance?
Yeah, you can turn that off because we pretty much use fantasy physics anyways.
They have fairy dragons in the Fae. That looks like my purple one.
Yeah, yeah. And you could be small and, you know.
Sorry, I was thinking about when we did that Count of Charms. Oh man, we're gonna run into the nightshade at some point. I know it. And we're gonna have
You
to
could be a
kill-
blink dog.
We're gonna run into that.
Keep in mind, your Fae is your racial, right? So if
Yeah,
you pick
so
a
we still
Fae
have
that
to do a
has
class, right?
special abilities, make sure you note those special abilities because it's going to fold up into your class, right?
Yeah.
But don't try to avoid a Fae creature that has like virtually no depth. You know what I mean? Don't be a face snake. There's not a lot of depth there. There's not much you can do with that.
I could be a
You know.
unicorn.
You could.
Gonna be unicorns.
You could be a unicorn.
Charlie.
Why should I care?
Why should I care? Why should I care?
Why should I care?
Why should I care? Oh, fake panther.
Yeah, I was thinking about a cat too, but like a house cat.
What's a darkling?
Ooh, darklings are from the
Where are
Shadowfell.
you looking those?
Oh, I googled Feywild
Okay.
creatures 5e.
Shadowfell and Fae are considered kind of interchangeable, kind of the same coexistence. Darklings can be in the
And
Fae
it's
as
the
well. Though.
Forgotten Realms wiki. Link. That's the one that.
Yeah.
Top one. That's the one I
It's a
opened.
good. It's a good wiki. Got lots of ideas.
I could be a hag.
You could. You could be a
Annis hag.
yeah.
Okay. Darklings are a lineage of
laser.
cursed Fae, forever doomed to absorb light and to suffer
And the
rapid
core
aging.
idea is that a combined group of wizards within Neverwinter are using their familiars to manipulate the world around them. What is it?
Owl Mirage?
Oh, that's old school.
Yeah,
That's super old
bunny
school.
unicorn.
Yeah. That's super old
It
school.
looks cool.
Unibunnycorn?
Unibunnycorn?
It's a unibunnycorn.
So many pop-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually registered with the wiki, so I got sick of the pop-ups.
Could that be a swarm of blood web spiders? 1,000 ants.
Yeah, he's 1,000 ants. He's 1,000 spiders.
No, million ants.
Oh,
It was a
million.
million ant man. 800 ants died. My queen is replacing them. I'm back to be a million ants. Are we sure David's actually coming?
I texted him and I haven't heard back yet.
Stephanie does plan on coming back at some point.
Yes.
She just said she was not doing.
Okay. Just checking. Has she got the COVID or just. What are you not saying?
I'm not playing it on stream.
Is it her lady time?
Oh, okay. Then she's definitely not pregnant.
Not for lack of trying.
Talk about eviscerating an arc and cutting off his genitalia, but I'm not going to talk about my my significant other having her,
Well,
time of the month.
Oh, but
Ooh, what about a quickling?
So, for those of you that have arrived, we are currently looking into doing a 5-part series. 2024
Oh, that's
rules,
creepy.
expanded
What?
rules, critical
Yeah.
role. And they're going to play Fae familiars that are going to be summoned by a group of wizards that are going to use them as pawns in their in the city of Neverwinter. So far as the setting that we're focusing on.
I'm just scrolling down through to the personality part. And when I get to a personality I like, then that's what I'm thinking.
Well, you can still make it your
Yeah,
own
well, I know,
personality.
but
You
I
know,
want it to fit, you know?
you still make it your own. You don't have to
Well, I
round peg, square hole. You know.
I kind of like it, but I also hate it. Yeah. Sunlight's banishment.
Yeah.
If the Yathan starts to stir in sunlight, it's transported to the ethereal plane. While sunlight shines on the spot from which it vanished, the hound must remain in the deep ethereal. After sunset, it returns to the border, the ethereal plane at the same spot. whereupon they typically set
Well, I was already thinking for the cadence of what the Wizards are doing, these would be nighttime events that you guys would participate in. So if you come across a Fae that you like is exclusive to like the nighttime atmosphere,
Okay.
that would work. That would
Like
be-
the Dark
This
Wings.
also-
yeah, like the
This also
Darkling.
kind of fits with that telepathic bond.
Yeah,
As long as I'm on the same realm as
same
the
plane as
master,
existence. Yeah,
no matter what.
you can have a voice in your head while you play your pound.
Yeah.
Okay. Quicklings are cruel, devious, and capricious. They were quite hyperactive, preferring not to slow down. They constantly paced and shifted in place whenever they were forced to be stationary. They spent most of their time performing acts of mischief on creatures slower than themselves and delighted in causing suffering, especially when the blame fell on other creatures and caused further discord.
Okay, that sounds like you and the characters you play.
Hey,
Just noting.
I just think it might fit in.
Hello there. Hi.
I'll attract the
Oh my
enemy with
God.
my human call.
Oh,
I'm so
Greg.
wasted.
Have you ever seen the old Greg?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, that's hysterical. I'm wasted.
I'll attract the enemy with my human call. I'm so wasted.
Hey, you could be a dryad
Or an
or a nymph.
Obliviax? That's interesting.
let's see
What's
what's
that?
the
It's
dryad's
like a
personality.
moss thing. Also known as Oblivion Moss, is a dangerous variety of moss.
I want to be a displacer beast.
That's doable.
Freaking owl bear.
I don't know if a
I don't think
displacer
they're
beast.
Fae.
You're on the
Well,
list.
Are they
it's
on the Fae list?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, I guess they would be, because they're technically Fae constructs of magic gone awry. So I guess that would make sense.
I don't think the nymphs, no, the dryads would be common.
And I'm struggling with getting that line though. I think it's got.
I mean, you could also be a hatched shadow.
That sounds painful.
At night, you're really big.
It sounds painful.
What you saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fae Eladrin? What's an Eladrin?
It's an elf.
Freaking
Yeah.
preamp.
It's an elf that
Be a preamp
can
be tree
choose
there.
change its look and appearance because it's a seasonal elf.
Hmm.
And every
based on the season.
they have different abilities.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they can change their season at a long rest.
I could be a gremlin. My name is.
I'm gonna be a problem.
Ooh, a boggle.
What's your boggle?
Yeah.
Now I want to watch that movie.
My name is Nord.
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 Boggles are like one of my favorite bad guys movies too. Well, not necessarily specifically bad guys, but they're fun to use when they cross over to certain fun.
Well, I'm leaning towards Quickling.
You know, it's good fun.
What do you mean, Coach?
Quickling?
Or dark fun.
Not a Darkling, a Quickling. They race themselves to death and scheme as fast as they can run.
Rogue.
Yeah, rogue.
Yeah, bird, bird.
Quicklings are 2-foot tall, humanoid fae of slender build, similar in appearance to an elf, but with sharper, more feral features.
Oh my god.
Some Quicklings were natural spellcasters capable of casting ventriloquism, forget, levitate, shatter, dig, and fire charm at will. What the heck is fire charm?
Oh, that's an old
Well, yes.
effect.
Old boggles were made recognizable by their lack of elasticity compared to their kin, while
5
younger
more
boggles
for
were
that?
far more bouncy.
See, that makes me think of those bouncy ball things as a kid you get on. You hold the
Hippity
handle.
hop.
Hippity hop. Yeah. So true.
The thing is subjected to an effect that allows it to make dexterity saving throws to take only half damage instead of instead takes no damage on the saving throw. That's it.
You have the softest voice I think I've ever heard of anyone in my life.
I
Somebody beat you like senselessly throughout your
Super
life?
soft birthday
no,
party.
just ex-wife.
Oh, that'll do it.
The Quickling is an evil fairy creature that hates all other races, especially other fae.
We work
I
well
mean,
together.
you can augment that. Remember, you're a Fey creature taking on a physical appearance of a Fey when you're summoned as a familiar. You still have license to play it as a player. You don't have to be like in the contemporary kind of like railroad presentation of the Fey creature. It's more about the kind of adventure of what do the wizards want you to do
Mm.
in the form that you take
Hmm.
to a certain degree. Right, who's rolling dice?
I don't know how to put this in D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I'm figuring out which
You just go to race and pick
character,
Fey,
I'm gonna- which class.
Okay.
I'm gonna do.
and you're automatically taking on the tropes of a Fey race choice.
Should I do Rogue as a Quickling? Quickling Rogue.
Well, the
think that would be
sweat,
good.
non-flammable,
Well,
and
so
slippery
for
black
the
ooze.
What do you want to do?
I was
Similar to the
I'm
slug
in-
slime.
I'm between the Get Hound or
The Yetound or
the Shadow.
Shadow,
Detached Shadow.
the attached Shadow. You're gonna be her Shadow.
I'm thinking about that. It'd be funny. Just David?
Morphin Power. He's fired.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
fired.
Yeah, apparently you've been fired.
Totally fired.
He got distracted by his wife.
That's not
Was
really
she
a valid
naked?
excuse. My wife is right here.
Was she naked?
Distracted by his wife.
Were there boobies?
I mean, if you want,
I know, buddy.
she can come along and play if she'd like.
Yeah, next week. Does she want to come too?
Next week, she's
Oh my
invited to
God.
come and sit in.
It totally just ignored him.
Yeah, they're offering it. I'm just
What happened?
Let you know.
It erased his shit.
Why don't you get a tablet?
I have one.
Why don't you
Oh,
bring
yeah?
it?
I forgot to bring it.
Want to use mine?
I also forgot to take my meds.
Well, yeah, there's that too. But
Yeah,
you're,
I'll take a picture and get home. I do have a,
Just give me the
I pulled it out. I'll go down to my computer. I'll call you tomorrow. Yeah. No problem.
call people like that campaign killers.
He's also in the middle of moving in.
That sounds like a personal problem.
I know.
Everything else except homebrew and expanded. All right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Do you want?
No. Everything
no,
off.
No homebrew.
No homebrew. Critical Role and expanded rules should be on.
So what? Legacy or not? No, yeah. Not legacy. What class do you want to play?
Oh, there was going to be a shadow. I'm trying to figure that out right now. I don't know.
I think you should be a
Well,
shadow fighter.
I would stick right because I'm stealthy too. So
You're a
that's-
shadow
that's
boxer.
What's funny?
You gonna name your fighter Peter? And you worship Pan?
No, I'm gonna name him
not giving anyone
Well,
a name.
technically,
No,
Pan
his name is James.
a fey creature.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name the shadow James.
What? Keep doing it?
I'll go get my tablet.
Is it because you're on a mobile device or?
No, it's because I keep pressing the wrong freaking button and it takes me all the way to oh no, back up everything now.
No.
Yeah, I don't like
wait.
using D&D Beyond on the phone. What?
Attached shadow monk.
Ooh, that
So
would
I
be
have-
pretty cool.
I got the strength drain.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I like it.
Yep.
Just gonna get your tablet so that you don't feel left behind.
Yeah,
Your aneurysm is kicking in. Just took 82 points of psychic damage. Look, us fat finger folk, we just can't help ourselves. That's why I stay off the phone.
Thank you. Oh, poor. Thank you. I'm taking Sebastian's toy.
Technically, it's mom's toy. So
Well,
he has alternatives, right? Did he cry?
he wasn't playing that.
Oh, okay.
The only
So he
thing is,
doesn't know.
I'm logged into Jason's.
Which is fine. They can both be up at the same time.
Okay.
Just need to help him go to the campaign, create a character on the campaign, and he's good to go.
Do you know how to log into yours?
For some reason,
'Cause I think it'll log out of yours. To log into his.
Unless he just creates a character and uses your tablet whenever he's here. I'd rather use your tablet than a phone. Because the phone just makes him angry.
Okay, I'm thinking I'm doing a rouge.
Rouge?
A rouge.
Monk.
You're gonna go monk?
Monk.
Okay, what do you want to do?
So expanded rolls,
Mhm.
critical roll,
Mm-hmm. Everything else off.
optional class features, yes. Customized origin, yes. Milestone, hit point manual.
Oh, I didn't hit point manual.
I'm gonna
Nope,
turn
I
off
didn't hit point.
multi-class requirements. Templates.
What type of instrument or tool should I be? Or
Should you be?
Should I have?
Well, he's going with,
definitely
by the way,
should
he's
be-
going with monk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
I
in-
get a
I'm in
musical
gangrene.
instrument or a
Just gangrene.
tool that I
Jason. That's Jason.
That's me.
It's
Is
his
it
account.
okay?
Mhm.
You have my permission, but
Yeah,
take
you
it up
just
with the courts.
use my tablet for games. What class did you want to play?
Takit was your wizard, sorcerer, kind of warlock class.
Mhm.
I kind of liked your fighter that you were experimenting with in the DC-20 playtest we were
The
doing.
warlock?
Good warlock.
Oh, that was a warlock.
So-
You haven't really played a fighter yet, have you? Or
Barrick. Barrick's the fighter paladin.
yeah, that's
Question.
true. Yes,
With-
it's
The Fae summoning and whatnot, like when our familiars get summoned and they go away, I mean they die, and they bounce out. Do our characters die, or can they be summoned again? We just return to the Feywild after we die,
you
or
just return to the Feywild after you die.
we don't need a cleric. We're just gonna die.
Just because it sounds amazing. I'm taking the Weaver skills as my critical mission.
Okay.
Shadow
Weaver
Witch.
tools.
Weaver. I'm a shadow weaver.
Oh, that's funny. That's ridiculous.
I know.
I love it.
Primary ability is dexterity. Skill proficiency. So, sleight of hand. Choose a rogue skill proficiency. Oh. Okay.
Better with the tablet.
So far, yes.
Acrobatics
thank you.
or athletics? Acrobatics or athletics?
Are you picking your origin background at this point, or
The class features.
you went with rogue, right?
Mhm.
So rogue, monk. Ooh, I like the idea of not being constrained by. Keep in mind, having someone able to heal you means you can last longer on the physical plane.
I know, but unless he wants to play a cleric, we won't have one.
All right, that's fine.
Or
Yeah.
something that heals, we won't have one.
We don't need one. We don't need one. We don't need one.
What are you playing?
I think I'm just gonna go fight it.
Okay.
So I'm
Gonna be
thinking the
Slash and
the
dash.
Slash and dash.
Yeah, that's our group name, Slash and Dash.
Well, I mean, are we gonna be? You said level 3,
Yeah, we'll start
So-
off at level 3 this time.
so that means I can technically have a second class, or is that a level 4?
And
Mm,
that's at level 4.
Because I'm thinking I need access to some of the magic traits of the boggle. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. Or can we just homebrew that in?
You
Just
don't move
give
that in
those
if you want.
abilities.
That's not
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because what are those specific magic traits of the boggle that you want to take on? Are you going to be a fighter boggle, basically, is what you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm gonna be a boggle, but boggles fight with their claws and their fists, right?
Okay.
And they
the acrobatics
Tavern
dex?
brawler.
Yeah.
That's
Is
available.
acrobatics dex?
Yes.
And-
Acrobatics is dex.
and they have an ability where they can exude that slime. Like I said, it's non-flammable, but it
Yeah.
slip. So like grease, I guess the grease was on fire.
Yeah.
Due to that spell. And it has this ability.
And keep in mind, whenever you get re-summoned by the wizards as your familiar forms,
Just
it's the equivalent of a long rest,
Oh, okay.
right? So, because basically each one of you are attached to a wizard, and those wizard is part of a group that is based in Neverwinter Night, Neverwinter, and they're up to something. You have no idea what they're up to
Don't
until
care.
they summon you,
Don't care.
yeah, and ask you to go perform the task.
It's fun.
What was
It's fun
the
because I get to fuck with humans.
what
Yeah,
would the
yeah.
language? What would the language of the Feywild be? Sylvan.
Sylvan and Fae.
Sylvan, okay.
Because Fae do have their own language, but common Sylvan is considered understandable as well.
Okay.
The third magical ability they have, and this is one of their like signature things, is they can turn any frame into a portrait. To either the pocket dimension or to something.
That feels like a high level ability.
Yeah, but it could be like just like a pocket for pulling shit out of or hiding.
Okay, yeah, I like that idea.
A
Yeah,
portable hole.
Portable.
He turns it into any
but we'll
frame
limit
into a
it. We'll make
portable
it
hole.
smaller. We'll call it a portable drawer.
Okay.
The portable
We'll call
drawer.
it a portable
Portable
drawer. Yeah,
Mhm.
where you just kind of like,
closet. Room closet.
yeah, like yeah. I like that idea. That works. What do you think of that salad this time around, babe?
It's tasty.
It is good, isn't it?
Where's Faye? No, it's Faye.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
So that might mean it's a legacy choice.
I see fairy. and
Fairy.
I see Faye.
Yes. So
So are we just fairies?
yeah, just be fairies as your base race class.
It's I'm down under expanded rules.
Yeah, see, I have a trend will go on it. The air filter becomes obviously quite.
We're on your account. He's on his own account.
Oh.
It's not in a campaign link, so you're not sharing your content with him.
Oh, why aren't you using the campaign?
I thought I did. I save this and I will put that up.
Hold on, let me go to campaigns. Let me see if Tuesday night content is off. Hold on, it might be off. Monday Night Adventures, I can.
Now I saw it should be BANKA.
What's that? I'm turning off the Monday night content. See if we need it for the Tuesday night adventure content or Kelly Shaw. Yes, it was not on. That's why. Let me turn that on. What's the name of the one that you built?
BANKA. Hey,
Thank him. Yeah, unassigned characters.
Yeah.
Yep. He's there. So if you refresh the page, it should help because now the content's back on.
What would you suggest as a weapon proficiency to simulate claws?
I would imagine
Dagger?
your claws are like daggers.
Dagger? Okay.
So that would be a good weapon proficiency for that.
And bite.
Your teeth could be like daggers.
So, okay. So
Dagger,
I've got
dagger,
that.
dagger.
I've got dagger.
Darts.
I've got club because I imagine I'm just going to pick up shit and hit people with it, right?
Improvised weapon.
Oh, is
Or,
that a thing? It's not
improvised
showing up.
weapon is a thing as part of the mechanic.
Okay.
It's not. It means you're not proficient
Okay.
in a weapon that you choose to use. So I don't know if 2024 Player's Handbook has Tavern Brawler still. I don't know if that's still a thing or not.
Okay, so I'm taking club and dagger and
And remember, money doesn't really matter for you guys either. But how do we manage your armor class? You take on the armor class of what you're mimicking, or right? Because we're using fairy as your base race class just to satisfy the build. But if you're a quickling, a boggle, or a shadow,
Armor class for the quickling is 14.
there you go.
what would you
But it also
say?
says speed 100.
Okay, that's movement at 100. That's what your movement is. Yeah.
What would you say for just throwing shit? Dart?
Yeah.
It's like pick something up and hook it at someone calls a dart.
So
Sure.
on here, should I use the stats in the one on Google? What is this? What website?
Wiki.
No,
Random?
it's like 5esrd.com.
Oh, that's the 5e standard rules definition.
Yeah.
Rules.
So that's where I have the quickling up. And
You want to
all
use their
their-
attributes?
That's what I'm wondering. Do we want to use their attributes, the ones that they're rolled? You know, the
That's a good question. What
stats
do
that
you
are
think?
already there.
You guys want to roll your own? Well, because see, if you roll and get a higher dex, it means
This
your armor
dex
class
is
improves.
18.
Oh. So he
Strength
wears
is-
no armor, so he's getting the full benefit of the dex bonus.
Mhm.
Interesting.
So this is strength 8, dex 18, con 14, intelligence 11, wisdom 18, charisma 12.
Pretty good.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
I'm like,
I was looking at the
It's a good idea. I like it.
I'm kind of thinking, do we want to use?
But
the
I don't
stats
want to take
in here?
away your fun of rolling dice for attributes either. So
But I'm okay using
Okay,
because
go
you know,
for
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
we're building it off of this,
Yeah.
so why not use? And it's acrobatics 8, sleight of hand 8, stealth 8.
So I'm looking at that I was going to use that part. For me, it shows quickly stat as strength 4, intelligence 10, dex 23, wisdom 12, con 13.
which stat block is that from?
Bolo's Guide to Monsters.
So that's Volo's Guide to Monsters. This was
Yeah, the other one that they have is
5esrd.com.
Which is part of the license of the OGL. The 5ESRD is OGL based, so you can use that one. That's fine. Bolo's Guide, I think, is
yeah,
meant to be a much more high end threat
yeah,
on the higher end side.
because Mordecai didn't prevent monsters with multiverse, same stats.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, because they technically Bolos is now canon, or not canon, but what do they call it? Legend. Because everything is now UA. Right.
Yeah.
So Monsters of the Multiverse would be, but if it's got the stat block and the SRD, that should be fine too. I'm okay with that. And I think hers is more interesting of a stat block than that one. That one feels more, I don't know, a little OP on the dex. Yeah.
'cause it's
23.
23, yeah.
Yeah.
But the strength is 4 versus my strength is 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Strength
like that.
8 is what, a -2?
Mention.
-1? Strength is 9 through 9, 10, 11 is 0. And then from
I think 10 and 11 is 0. 9 is -1.
and 8 is -1 as well.
8, 9 is -1.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Divisible. Yep. No, you're right. So, Quickling,
Mhm.
Boggle,
Mhm.
Cast Shadow.
I don't know if I want to try and put this in D&D Beyond or just use this.
Totally up to you. It's your guys' character. Journal it, write it, use crayons, use a
I know.
spreadsheet. I don't
I know.
care. Use whatever you want to use.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
try.
they'll just all be manual entry in D&D Beyond for you.
Right.
Plug in all the attributes, they'll automatically adjust. You could use the notes section of D&D Beyond for the stuff that you don't want to have to customize for the feats and features.
Mm-hmm.
It just means you got to remember what you have,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I like level 3 as a starting point, because you're not overwhelmed with too many abilities.
Right.
You know.
What should I pick as my background?
I
And
made,
what's the hit point pool?
I made one
for-
up.
So I went with
Called-
3d6.
Sage for mine.
Maybe 3d6.
But I'd rather use your class hit point pool.
Okay.
That
For
would
the
be
rogue?
different. Yeah, the
Okay.
rogue. Since you are taking on the idea of being
Yeah.
a
Okay.
class
I
subclass
do have
creature,
to put
right?
her.
So your fairy base means
Mhm.
you're from the Fae. The Fae identity is what you identify as.
So I do have to put her in here. That way I can get the rogue stat.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. That would make sense.
You could always
That
go
would make more
criminal.
sense.
Criminal?
I went, yeah, because I went with the Sage background, and it gave me a
Yeah, because in the 2024 rules, when you pick a background, there's abilities and improvements that come with your background choice.
Yep.
I made a custom one, and
Uh-oh.
it let you, pick like 2 tools and 2 skills or 1 language and
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're
simple.
free to do that if you want as well.
I'm about to like.
I'm gonna go with faceless.
but
Being who you are, you could never be a hero. Whether due to your class, your people, your family, or your sins, something about you prevents you from effectively pursuing the path you've chosen. Even so, that doesn't stop you. You've left your old face behind, taking on a new persona, becoming something more. Characters with the faceless background don a disguise, literally or otherwise, as they adventure. This persona might be dramatic or subtle. In a way, though, many characters have such larger-than-life personalities. Therefore, this background largely focuses on detailing the hero behind the mask.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like
Maybe.
that one.
picking Elvish because Faye's not showing up.
And this one gets deception and intimidation for
Faye.
this one. So,
It's
Fairy.
not showing up.
Faye?
It's not showing up.
oh, that's language. He's not
Yeah.
talking about his background.
Yeah, I'm
Or
talking
your-
languages, right?
Yeah.
Well, you
So
automatically know Sylvan and Fae. You just automatically know
so I
that.
don't
Any
take them. Okay.
any language you take are languages that you don't know.
Okay.
Oh my god, Bill looks so short compared to you, babe.
That's because he's got his chair like
I know.
6 inches lower.
It's a different style chair too.
Yeah.
Her passive perception was not capable. You're looking over your...
I'm like, look at my chair.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Well, I'm going to take deep speech.
Ooh, deep speech.
I'm gonna take Elvish because screwing with elves is fun. These are so tight, uptight.
They are uptight.
You're good.
I'll take Elvish too. Nope, I'm going to take Draconic. I always take Draconic. I love being able to talk to dragons. Weapon mastery. As a rogue, daggers. Daggers? Probably daggers. What does Nick do? When you make the extra attack of the light property.
With your speed, dagger or short sword or dagger rapier combo kind of
Dagger,
makes sense. Or you do your dagger.
Dagger, dagger, dagger. I get 2. Maybe club? So I don't always want to kill them, right? I might have to bring them back alive. So short sword? Dagger, dagger? Short sword? Dagger, dagger? Dagger, 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 dagger.
Well, if you take anything with the Nick property,
Mhm.
Look,
When you make the extra attack of the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of as a bonus action. You can make this extra attack only once per turn. I don't know if I get that. I know, I'm gonna take a laser pistol. Pew! Pew, 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 pew. Pew, pew.
pew, 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 pew.
So what are you guys choosing as your race?
Fairy. Being a rogue subclass of your choice. Arcane Trickster. I'm thinking Arcane Trickster.
That makes a lot of sense.
Thinking Arcane Trickster. Steady aim. Spellcasting. I get cantrips. Ooh, and at higher levels that we're never going to make it to, I can have level 2, 3, and 4 spells that we're never going to make. But I might play this character in another game. I like
have
keeping
flight,
them.
but I'm not going to use flight, obviously. That's what I'll do. I'll trade my flight for my boots. How's that?
I mean, technically you're level 3. Why can't you have flight?
Because he's being a boggle, not a fairy.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. All right, I see what you're doing.
Or, okay. Is there any kind of skill or power that lets you beat all the other shit? Because it says they're compressible.
Well, I mean, at that point, you're talking about resistances, right? If you have resistance to something.
Or escape
One of your properties.
contortionists, or
Ooh.
get what I'm
You have
saying?
access to the what's the goblin ability?
evasion?
No, nimble escape.
Oh,
There's nimble escape, and there's fury of the small.
Fury of the Small.
Or those options, but that's if you're a goblin. I don't know if you have the ability to choose those options.
All right.
We'll,
Strength,
we'll figure it away.
Dex, 18.
and 12.
On 14. I'm putting them in from the page. Wisdom 18.
All right, I just wrote the campaign. We're good.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
You know what?
Oh, this is you did it?
I built
You had fun?
8 prompts, and then I did some tweaks. And so Chat GPT 4 Mini-O, which is 4.Mini-O, now has Canvas integration. So instead of what it does now when you start making prompts in Canva. It goes through it's already answered in your prompts and sees if it needs to edit what it's already done. And if it doesn't, then it adds the new stuff at the bottom.
Ooh. I get
So
to
if you like an idea of the Canva display, maybe I want to tell it to go back up into the Neverwinter Woods and add some content. Instead of redoing the whole thing, it just goes to that section of the output and makes the change there. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Are you wanting to roll down?
No,
It's called Canvas.
Okay, question.
Hmm.
On here where it says ability score increases, and in the new thing you get to choose an option: increase 3 scores by 1, increase 2 scores 1 by 2, and 1 by 1. Do you want me to put the ones that I add those to down by 2 and down by 1, so they still end up being the ones that the quick lane picked, or
Well, no, because to me this feels like you're taking on the origin story of what you're finally building.
Mhm.
So no, just
so I can still up
absolutely.
something
If
by
your,
2.
if your
and-
dex is a 20, your dex is a 20.
Yeah, I'm going
do
straight
I
off.
want my
of
dex to be a 20, or do I want my strength to be a 10?
You.
A
Wait,
20 dex means you
You're
get an
quick.
increase in armor class.
you
I think I want
I mean,
the
quick link.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
Yeah.
yeah. I think you're right.
Mine's
Yeah.
got an 18.
My
Or-
dex is going to be 20.
So like from what I rolled pretty close to what the attached shadow stats were.
Mm.
Like I rolled a 10, a 9, 15, 2 13, and a 12. The natural best I see on the tool is 6 for strength, 6 for intelligence, 14 for dex, 10 for wisdom, 13 for con. For my Ingrid, I just talked about
It looks like my dump stat is strength because I'm going with 8.
Gotcha.
My first,
Gotcha.
my +1,
Gotcha.
I'm upping my intelligence because that gives me a +1 modifier.
I'm just going with straight what the
Oh, I think it's time
Boggle
for me to
says.
grab some more strength.
And I'm not going to modify it. Okay? Cool.
Feel free. It's your character to play it as you wish. That's the whole point of the setting. You know, it's a setting designed to be lighthearted. You have no idea what you're walking into until you're summoned. And then you get given the instructions of your wizards.
Now, so here's the next question. Which subclass do I want to do for my attachment? Oh, I know. Way of the Sun Soul.
What's that do?
Probably
Idiot
burn,
damage.
burn shit.
But I'm a shadow. Oh, there is Warrior Shadow. So I'm kind of torn between actually Warrior Shadow and Way of the Long.
But what way the
Okay,
long
this-
death do?
This does not sound OP. I'm looking at the traits of a boggle.
Okay.
Dimensional Rip. As a bonus action, the boggle can create an invisible, immovable rip within an opening or frame that it can see within 5 feet of it, provided that it's no bigger than 10 feet on any side.
Okay.
The dimensional rip bridges the distance between that space and any point within 30 feet of it. So it's kind of like a missing step.
Yeah, I mean it works.
Okay. And
Just remember, there's a big difference between what D&D Beyond reminds you of what you can do
Yes, yes.
and what you make in notes and what you can decide your character can do.
Okay. Okay.
Really? I know?
Okay.
Is he still working on his dinner? Oh,
Okay. Yeah, that's something. Can you print something? Can you print for me? Please.
I mean, you should be able to connect.
Well, I'm on my phone. looking
Yeah,
at the
your
cloud.
phone should be able to connect to her printer. There's Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I think you have to be on the Wi-Fi.
As long as you're on the Goblin Wi-Fi, it should print. I print off my phone to yours all the time. Because remember, it's all connected. It's all hardwired.
The printer's on the front Wi-Fi.
I know. No. That router up there,
Uh-huh.
that Wi-Fi router up there is connected to the Netgear router in the back, which everything's connected to.
Okay.
I print from my computer and my phone and my tablet all the time.
Okay. Mhm.
The way along that is starting when you choose this tradition at third level, your study of death allows you to extract vitality from another creature.
Ooh, life tap. I love life tap, baby.
When you reduce a creature within 5 feet of you to 0 hit points, you gain temporary hit points equal to your wisdom modifier plus your monk.
Hey, you.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm off.
Hey, Sebastian,
Plain
come here and
old-
play with my dice. Come here and play with Mommy's math rock.
Math rocks. Give me mommy's math rocks. So for those of you that are popping in and out, we keep jumping up to 6, 7, 8 people for like 10, 15 minutes and then it drops. So they're probably like our titles, creating characters using Dungeons and Dragons 24 rules and campaign discussion. So they're probably jumping in. What's this boggle and attached shadow shit? Right? Where's the Goliath?
Long death is now 5.
The Nord.
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 Does anyone know what Nord's from?
No.
The book called the Illuminati.
Oh, Sebastian.
It's also from the Green Paranoia. Whenever something is redacted or they don't want you to know what it is, it says Nord, and my brain doesn't remember it. The magic word.
Nord.
Nord.
Yeah, it looks like it's 2 pages. Not at the moment.
See, I
Alright.
told you to print,
I printed from my laptop,
which is on the Wi-Fi.
which is on the front desk Wi-Fi.
Right. Which is connected to the Netgear, which is connected to this Wi-Fi as well. So that's how I print. So I'm hardwired into that one. So I'm not even connected to your front Wi-Fi directly or your front router directly through the Netgear router.
Burglar's pack. Quiver. Thieves' tool. Okay. I got the Rouge starting pack. Now I gotta figure out what. Oh, I forgot to name it.
Ooh. Naming characters are all the fun.
What should I name my character?
I feel like speed should be in there somehow. Not the word speed, but a reference to being fast and tricky.
I'm just gonna go straight to. I'm not gonna use any of the except for the private stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna use just these as my pen.
What does your boggle look like? I even have a boggle mini, so that's gonna be fun. I even have a shadow mini. And what'd you go with?
Quickling.
Quickling. I definitely can come up with a quickling. That's easy.
Thank you so very much.
Let's see.
I should print this up too.
Okay, I think I'm moving over here to the completed story.
I need to mix myself with other.
What do I name my character? Okay.
Zippity doo.
We need speed. I feel the need for speed.
And shadow? the attached shadow.
Male or female?
Female.
Dominique.
Sebastian, you're caught on my cord.
That's pull your foot out of that.
Can you fix the cord on your foot?
Pick up the dinosaurs.
Oh, there he is.
So a fighter gets 3d10 as their hit points, correct?
There's your boggle.
Yay! Bless you.
Her name's gonna be Coke.
3d10?
Coke.
Just kidding.
That would be awesome.
Haste.
Blow.
Blow. Her name is Blow.
Crystal.
Oh, Crystal.
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 Yeah,
All right. It's Crystal.
that works. Her name's Crystal. Love it.
Crystal Methuselah.
Canon. It's canon.
Your last name is Methuselah.
Or what was
Up in Methuselah.
what was the drug in Critical Role? Oh,
Swede.
Swede. Like Sood or something. Sood.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Sood.
Crystal Sood. Or if you'd like, kind of like this one, this one could be a boggle as well. I'll let you determine the size. I think they both kind of fit the overall theme of the boggle.
I have him as 3 foot tall.
That works.
So it looks like the smaller one.
Smaller one? Sure.
Sure.
It's gonna be funny. You're zipping around like.
I mean, Calista
trying to-
probably gets to play the Flash.
I'm gonna just take my.
Should I name her Crystal Flash?
Pretty ironic.
I'm gonna take my average hit points. Looking cool with that.
I mean,
At level 3 with Max.
just max.
Oh, it's
3
max.
times
No,
8.
it's Max.
What's
for
3 times
small
8?
campaigns
16,
and small events? we always
24?
add.
24? 3 times 8 is 24?
And don't forget to add your con bonus for each level. Level
D&D
3.
Beyond does that already. Though. Oh, Crystal, I need a last name.
I mean, the obvious choice.
Methuselah.
Crystal,
that's your
her name
plan.
is Crystal
There's your
Meth.
quick one.
Yeah.
We're naming her Crystal Meth.
No, I think that's a little. That's a little on the nose.
Methuselah.
We're not naming her Crystal Methuselah. No.
Yeah, her name's Methuselah, but for short it's
Crystal
Matt. Crystal
Crystal
Well,
Silver.
that's
Methuselah.
the clan name. The Methuselah clan.
Crystal Quicksilver. Okay.
We Mortys are very bad people.
Alrighty. Now I have to figure out how to get. Ooh, they have damage immunities to fire.
Yeah, I want her to look different than a half one. So this decision quickly. I like the idea that we're sticking with the idea that you're still fey creatures.
You want the whale?
Oh yeah, he was
Still
having
not-
fun playing with that last night. The orca. Orca.
Would you go get me I think it was 3 pages printed? Thank you.
Yarp.
All right. I
You know
have
that was the outfit.
Yarp.
buddy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have immunity to fire.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Do you have any vulnerabilities? Because your vulnerability is sunlight.
Radiant.
Yep, radiant.
But I'm resistant to everything. Which is amazing. So this is what's great. I am
resistant to acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. And I am immune to necrotic, poison, exhaustion, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poison, prone, and restored. It's fun. And my starting speed is 40.
You don't need it.
No, this does say quicklings never wear armor. So should I take the leather armor out of
Well, yeah, because your
Um,
dex is 20, right? Yeah. So they're kind of like
so my armor class is 15,
Yes. 'cause
even
it's all
without-
dex.
even without the armor equipped. So okay, so I'll take the leather armor. Let's see what it would be with the leather armor. 16. Okay. Yeah. I'm deleting the armor. And I have 2 daggers.
Oh my god, I can't wait for Stephanie to build something.
What do you think she's gonna want to be?
Probably a pixie.
Okay.
And a
She tries to
lantern.
pull the no, you can't be your Fae backseat. That I mean,
You're gonna be a pixie in a lantern wearing a very short dress. Has a strong affinity for rebellious young boys.
Ooh, quicklings make 3 attacks. It says quicklings make 3 attacks. I don't think I have that. I have 1 attack per action. I don't know how to change that. I don't think.
Put in notes.
Well, I have it printed.
Just gotta remember. Now, question of the day.
Yes.
I do want to have some fun with this.
Yes.
What happened?
Sebastian, come here. You need to leave the dog alone.
Oh, did he try to eat him?
Well, or Sebastian like pulled his tail.
Probably.
just a roof at him and then snezzed at him. So he's like, it's okay, just be easy.
Yeah. So, homebrew rolls.
Yeah.
Let's do some basic homebrew rolls first. Some new ones I've been trying out that I really like. Cantrips are still a bonus action.
Okay.
Well, no. We'll come to that later because I'm thinking we may want to use the AP system as our action economy. I really love it. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Gives you a lot more to do.
I should write that in the notes.
So homebrew will use the 4 AP system instead of move, action, bonus action, reaction. The only thing you got to remember is in your skill set. If you have a skill that says as a bonus action you can do something, if in that bonus action description it describes one thing you can do, then whenever you move or attack, you could just execute that one thing. So, for example, if you're a raging barbarian, we don't use bonus action. So if you commit to a move or you commit to an attack, you automatically invoke raging. However, if you have a bonus action that says you can either or do something, like nimble escape, where you can either hide or disengage, as an action, you can do both.
There's 1 action point. You can do one,
No, you do
or
both.
you can do both at
Right.
the same time.
Right, but if it's a bonus action that describes just one thing, you inherently do it whenever you execute an action for move or combat or to cast a spell. Spells cost 2 AP. Spells cost 2 AP. Cantrips cost 1 AP. And with the 4 AP system, in the magic system, there's no restriction to number of spells or number of cantrips you can cast. We're going to keep that
Spells
moving
are
forward.
2.
Armor class
and-
matters, but instead of having to do too much math, we're just going to say when you exceed the armor class of your opponent by 5 when you hit them, you get an extra D4 to your damage roll.
If
That way
you
it's easier for everyone to remember.
exceed
Before I was
the-
using the heavy brutal,
Yeah.
but math was kind of slogging it down a little bit. People were having to stop, go, I rolled a 28, what's their AC again? And then we had to do math. Now it's just if you exceed their armor class by 5 points, you do an extra D4 points worth of damage. I think that just makes the math accommodation a lot simpler.
Same for like casting spells. Exceeding, but not just melee, but casting spells too.
What do you mean?
So if you're attacking with a spell,
Mhm.
I'm a rogue, so it's not as likely. But if you're attacking with a spell and you exceed it by 5, you still add the.
Yeah, if it's an attack, if it's a melee strike or a ranged attack spell, like you have to
Fireball.
beat their armor class on a touch,
Okay.
or if it's like firebolt
Okay.
or not firebolt, but what's the other
It's
one?
fireball. Chill touch.
Yeah,
Any of the
whenever it
fireball.
says ranged
Right.
spell attack,
Right.
if you exceed, then you do an
Okay.
extra D4 points of damage. So
So-
it'll apply to that as well.
So going along with the
one.
bonus action.
Mhm.
So I have a trait called Shadow Sense. While in dim light or darkness, the shadow takes the hide action as a bonus action. But it can't take the hide action as a bonus action. Its stealth bonus is also included 2+6. So I'm looking at the stat box.
So-
I needed a +2 on the stealth bonus.
So you'd still earn the bonus, but during your movement, you can choose to initiate hide.
Okay.
Right? So you
So go into a shadow.
right. So like let's say you're moving and while you're moving you ask me, is it shadowy over here? I go, yeah, it's pretty shadowy. You go, I'm gonna go ahead and hide at the same time. So as an action, you moved, you roll stealth, and you're now hiding. But it only costs you 1 AP because your bonus action option is a singular option as opposed to a choice of 2 options.
Okay.
But if it was a choice of 2 options, it would cost an AP by itself.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's just an easy way for us to immediately interpret bonus actions without having to digest the entire bonus action economy within all the classes and subclasses.
And then about the stealth bonus. If it's again. I'm
Right, but you
calling
don't add that bonus until you do the hide ability.
out- So I'm asking, do I still add that? Am I allowed to add that +2?
Outside of encounter bases and stuff. It's just a general +2
Yeah, it
because
says while. So just
it's basically
in the-
saying
in the
anytime you stealth, you have a +2.
yeah, in dim.
As
or
long
dark.
as it's dim light. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're both saying the same thing, but I was thinking encounter. You were thinking in general.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
overall.
I don't have swimming speed or climbing speed or burrowing speed. Because we're doing fairy, I have a fly speed, but I don't know if I should change that to
Swim
0.
is always half your movement.
Swim is half, so that'd be 50. Climbing,
Climbing is considered difficult terrain, so half your movement.
and I don't need that.
No, that's a specific
Yeah.
skill set based on your abilities. Or, unless you're
Just not that.
polymorphed into something that can burrow.
So. Saving throw, dex, rolls, battle.
Did you play with this puzzle?
Yes.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Are you rolling stats, Bill?
No, I'm done. I just chose them directly off of the monster
There you go.
sheet. So I'm good. I'm done. I'm good, but
Don't know why I forgot my acrobatics at +7, but my stealth and my sleight of hand at +9. If they're both
the Jax is huge. That's why.
no, but so my sleight of hand and my stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think it's because I'm expertise.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
The double proficiency.
It doesn't double my proficiency.
Expertise should have doubled.
It's only adding 2. Oh, my proficiency is 2. Never mind. It's doubling the proficiency, not doubling my modifier.
Yeah.
Right. Verbiage. I have dark vision. Dark vision to 60 feet. Passive perception 14 less. I have some languages here, but I don't know if I should. I have infernal. Aklo, what's Aklo? AKLO.
I'm not sure.
Oh, the Aquapana of Aquadius.
How come?
Just heard.
How come? Family? What happened? Okay, well, sorry. You need a ibuprofen?
Is it hot here?
Little,
It's
if you
just
want to
me.
put the push the down the degree.
No, I'm just wondering.
So I get cunning action, spell casting, innate spell casting, magic weapon. A quickling's weapons attacker considered magical for the purpose of overcoming damage resistances and illusions. Okay, let's stop pushing my buttons. Oh.
I took as my fighter subclass, I took Silent Warrior. Just so I can move shit with messing people.
That sounds fun. I still have to go through the arcane fixture.
Yeah, might do the psionics. Yeah. So, like, I took
What's your character name?
Nord,
Snord.
Nord.
Fnord.
FNORD. I took a subclass of Psionic Warrior, and I think that the Side Blast, instead of an actual Psionic Blast, the special effect will be emit a very noxious odor.
Flatulence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Does your greasy body smell like that too?
Probably. Probably.
I love it.
Oh shoot! I don't have a third. I don't have a third cantrip. But this says 3/3. Okay, well, I guess I'm not getting mine illusion.
So F Nord.
Yep. Nord. He's on the campaign. Nice. Under your name.
Callista, you're going with Crystal.
Crystal, Quicksilver.
Should we just abbreviate all that and just say Quickie?
Crystal Q.
I'll just put it Crystal.
Don't tell me your name's the opposite.
Now, would you move back where you were before? This way?
I haven't moved at all night. Might have been you. Might have been Sebastian.
I was monkeying around. And then offset it. I was like, why are you not?
My ass hasn't moved from this spot.
What name did you come up with?
Just the Bacalm.
What?
BAN Ban Cam.
Pick the weirdest fucking names.
BANKA.
Bankan.
Bencam. Bencam.
It's
One
what
time at Bandcamp?
This one time at Bencam.
that's why I picked it because
Yeah.
that's what it
Yeah.
generated all the name generator. I'm like that one. like nope, that one right there. That's the ticket.
That's the one I want to be.
I'm gonna take Find Familiar.
Oh my god, that's devious.
Wait. And you're
That's
familiar with
Jesus.
pseudo dragon.
No, it could be a pseudo dragon, absolutely.
You're welcome.
I could take the one that gets me a warp on.
A war bond?
Again, I just think it's funny that I'm a monk. So
bog,
I'm
a boggle with a displacer beast warrior red
Manage X.
and over here, I'm just like, man, I'm a monk that can cast a couple of extra spells, but doesn't include what I normally do. I got 2 cantrips, and I can protect my quickling friend once.
Like you spare care of yourself. It banishes you.
No, it'd have to be okay, shadow. In your worlds, wherever you are, Bankan, you're in the thing. What are you doing at this moment? And what do you look like? I'm literally just a puddle of shadow. And I'm on the outside of the loosely small. Think of a hobbit door in a tree, waiting for my companion that I want. Who would you like your companion to be?
Me.
Oh. The door opens. Quickly comes out the door. There, the liquid shadow sits in front of you. Crystal, what do you look like when Bankan sees you come out?
I have blue skin and silver hair. And I'm wearing dark clothing that tries to, like fade into the shadows. Not armor, clothing.
You attach to her. She comes walking through the strange.
Long silver hair. Gorgeous.
She comes walking through the strange crystal garden that makes up the front of her domicile, built into a crystal cliff that overlooks a crystal geyser of color beyond it. There's that familiar crunching noise, that sound of a meal being consumed. There's a very dark area of a strange crystalline tree that is oozing grease and oil, the heavy pungent smell emanating off of it. You can see the outline of your boggle friend lost to the shadow of his crystal tree. It comes waddling out from underneath it. Nord, what do you look like when they see you?
Pink creature from bones, but fat, bluish gray, 3 foot tall, and very rubbery, like almost like seal skin. Yeah, but bouncy.
Yeah,
And his arms, his knuckles drag on the ground literally.
really long.
Yeah. Got claws and teeth, long pointy ears and teeth.
With a droop.
Like creatures.
Yep. And he controls his secretion. He's not always leaking everywhere.
Time is a non-entity for the three of you. Time is a construct limited to mortal creatures. And already as the three of you kind of linger in front of the domicile, you can hear a female voice calling to you.
Hear that?
Does
We
it sound like it's coming from
need
the
your
ether?
help. We need you to help us.
Please, come hither. Come now. All three of you are sucked into that familiar void of transition, the magical tunnel that warps around you, and
Before we start to summon my pseudo.
technically you can't do that until you're
Okay.
on the material
That's
plane.
fine.
So
That's fine.
that's
That's
a
fine.
restriction. You guys are funneled, pulled, and plopped onto a large round oak table in a very darkened chamber. It's familiar to you. The scent of a particular wizard fills your nostrils. She looks with a bit of a smile on her face. And you see the face of Mistress Lyra Moonsweep.
Oh man, we're gonna have to write this down.
She's wearing the long red robes of her order. And the order doesn't matter to you. Just the mage has once again summoned you. This time it's a different one. She looks at the three of you. Hello. Good to see you.
Sweets. Sweets.
Of course. Reaches into her pocket, puts a chunk of candied meat in front of you.
Thank you.
Where do you attach yourself to?
I actually did some room up to my pool shadow hunting.
It's
7
Fun,
foot.
fun.
Being spooky.
Good to see
Being
you again.
spooky.
Good to see you, dear.
Bernard and Crystal. Your skill at quickness will be handy this time around.
I'm shifting if I'm standing there because I don't like being still.
Still for very long.
Mm-hmm.
Our order is a bit of a problem. Here in Neverwinter, it's all about perception of your importance and what you know. Come to our attention that a rival order is attempting to erode our abilities to gain power, to gain influence over the Lord of Neverwinter. I suspect they strive to do the same thing we do. But here in our tower, we need help. There is a particular place, a club, let's call it. It's called the Moonstone Mass. It caters to all sorts of individuals. There is a man there, goes by the name of Marlowe Greenthorn. We believe he is in contact with someone who's helping spread lies and vicious rumors about our order. We need to understand who this person is. We need them dealt with quickly. This rival order, however, we've come to understand has their own, how shall we say, familiar that they're using as well. This familiar, an imp, goes by the name of Strix. Be wary of him. He's dangerous.
Oh my god.
I believe he works hand in hand with
An
this
imp
Marlowe.
named who?
And
Strix.
Scrix?
I believe he works hand in hand with this Marlowe. And the two of them could lead you to the person spreading these vicious rumors. But here's the thing, you can't be seen in the process. No one in the Moonstone Mask must know of our involvement. Secretly use your skills and power to infiltrate the organization. Identify who he speaks with as the culprit. And when that culprit leaves the club, make sure he breathes no more air. Let no one see you do it. I don't care how you accomplish it. By poison, by magic, or whatever the accomplishment is made. The end goal, this creature must not be allowed to further whatever it is on the harm that they're trying to cause upon our organization. The veiled eye must not be revealed. Now I have things for you to help you. First, I have these rings. Wear them. They allow me to communicate with you directly. She hands each one of you a ring that magically affixes to either a bulbous finger with warts or a shadowy. Yeah, you have to swallow it since your fingers are a shadow. The whole time that Crystal's trying to put it on, her hand is buzzing with anticipation that she's trying to like put it on.
Squeegee out a little bit. Grease.
Yeah.
Sebastian, leave the dog alone.
Moon Whisper talks to you
Fast.
without moving her mouth.
Mhm. What's her name again?
Moon Whisper or Lyra.
Lyra Whisper.
I know they're over there today, aren't they? And she practices the art of connection to your minds. One final thing, I baked each of you some cookies. This little bag of cookies has 2 uses, and it will regain your health. Equivalent to a regular healing potion. And you-
Each cookie.
there are 2 cookies in the bag, so you each have 2 cookies. Don't eat it now, please, Fnord. This is for when you're in trouble. Because remember, the failure of your physical existence on the plane, the material plane, means failure in your endeavor. Keep that in mind.
Again, this sword.
Yes, you are a strange creature, but yes, do not digest.
Okay.
The 3 of you ready for this?
Drop down the pillow.
She, like, the 3 of you follow her over to where she has a teleportation circle set up.
Do you care if we kill anybody else in there?
As long as you're not seeing you do it, and as long as it does not find its way back to the Veiled Order, then that's fine.
Okay.
But remember, too many tasks risk many eyes. So be mindful of this.
Yeah. Leave him alone.
You watch as she stands at the edge of the teleportation circle. I will guide you on your way. This place, it is located in the... I don't know if I want to... It is located on the edge of the river district. There is a copse of trees that I will teleport you to. It's late at night. The club, I believe, does have stewardship at the main door, but there are windows and other egresses into the club. Find your way in. Find out who Marlowe is speaking with. Rid of that person they're speaking with. They'll send a clear message. You won't know who sent the message. They'll be forced to have to figure that out on their own, and they'll have to act more cautiously, assuming that they pissed off somebody for sure.
Is there anyone you will?
Well, if they're not in our order, we don't necessarily like them, do we?
I mean, would you like to share?
A trick. A trick. A trick. A trick. A trick.
Fascinating. Well, there is a particular group that has moved into the areas. They go by the organizational name known as the Zentaro. And they are currently referred to as the Black Order. Maybe drop something of that.
I'll put my from her shadow, like my voice is just coming from her shadow. Like you can see it, my arms reach out, comes out, and then I'll use Druid Tongue and a pitch black rose.
I like it very much, yes.
That's
kill two
great.
birds with one familiar. I like the idea of it. Now, I don't want you to actually kill birds. It's insane. Sorry, Lord. I forget you're a very literal creature. Apologize. Oh, I know. That's why we summoned you here. Because of your abilities, of course. Now, you kindly step onto the teleportation circle. And you will
Bastion.
be on your way. Bass, the cable dude. Gotta watch out for the cable. Hit the cable side. Gotta be careful of the cables.
Like 5 points on it.
Right?
This is one of the.
I know. Just don't
Never going.
let the doggo alone, okay? He wants to be by himself.
What was
The
that
dog's
from?
just staring at Smash and like cross between something to eat and something to be wary of.
No, it's all wary.
But he really
Licking
wants
my
to play with them. It's so cute. As the three of you are guided up onto the teleportation circle, it lights up around you. Now remember, don't get caught. The energy kind of absorbs.
Don't be seen.
That's kind of implied as you like get pulled into the circle. Pulled into it, and the smell of the night air, the smell of being amongst trees, sound of a horse going by through the cover of the trees. You want to give me perception checks, if you will, please.
Leben.
11.
I'm like, do.
Your giant satchel of goblin hoarding.
21.
21.
Uh, 22.
22. As Nord is like,
Wait. Maybe I missed some stuff.
well, what'd you roll, Bill?
I rolled an 8, and it says +3 next to the wisdom perception. I think. And that's it, right?
Well, your perception skill
Yes.
in the
right
tall
there.
stack.
In
Yeah.
that.
Okay. I'm
Perception.
just looking. My passive perception is higher.
Yeah, but you're being, I know,
Yeah,
your
okay.
passive will come
Okay.
into play
Okay.
when you're not specifically looking at something.
Gotcha. Okay.
If it becomes an unknown threat, that'll definitely come into play. As the three of you peer out through the cover of the trees that you're in, you can see a large ranch house-like structure. You can see two heavily armed guards at the door. They're not wearing any signet or any kind of identification. They're simply wearing armor. They have weapons, and they're standing very dutifully at the front door. You watch as a small group of people come by, a group of halflings.
How many guards?
Two that you can see in front of the door. You watch as a small group of 5 halfling, drunk, kind of chattering to each other, excited about being invited to the club. They get to the door. They say something to the guard. All right, you can go in. Opens the door and hustles the 5 halflings in. When the door cracks open momentarily, it's very well lit inside, and the music is pouring out. You can hear the tinkling of glasses, the smell of food. There's some kind of occasion going on inside this place. The front of the establishment has 6 windows, all cloistered with curtains, but you can see the light and shadows of people moving. You can see a garden path that goes to the right, to the backside of the place. There's a stablery to your left, and as you're patiently waiting, kind of focusing on all of this, a guard carrying a lantern comes from around the side, walks around the front, nods towards the 2 guards at the door, continues to walk, and then disappears into the darkness behind the establishment. There's a chimney with smoke boiling out of it. It's Neverwinter after all. It's cold. Deep in the fall, your breath visible in front of you, except for some. What you guys like to do?
Question about the gargle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's holding it out in.
He's got it on a pole. It's on the end of a pole. He's got a spear in one hand and carrying a pole lantern at
Okay.
the same time.
So his shadow is stretched out.
It is.
And there's, you said there's the manor and then there's walls around it.
It's not really a traditional manor. It's built like a large ranch house. There's a garden that goes along the right side of it. There's no wall, there's no fence, there's no gate. Just an open approach up to it from the road. And then a garden built off to the right with a garden trail that the guard was using as a means to patrol the perimeter of the ranch house.
But it's pretty open all over it.
For the most part, and that might be part of the reason why it's kept open. Harder to sneak in, find your way into the place.
I have a disadvantage against the slow speed. It poisons me. And the slow spell. It poisons me.
Nice.
Slow
No.
poisons me.
Yeah.
No buttons.
Wow.
Oh my god, what does haste do to you then?
I'm already hasted basically.
Very stinky.
Huh?
Very stinky.
Okay.
What happens if you give them food?
I know how they turn delicious food into that is beyond me.
I smell
No, that's Nord.
Sorry.
it. Okay. Supernatural speed. A quickling's supernatural speed means that attacks have disadvantage against it as long as it is not grappled or restrained.
Okay.
If the quickling does not move over the course of its turn, it is invisible until the end of its turn, or until it moves or takes an action. In addition, if a quickling fails its saving throw against a slow spell, it cannot use the benefits above and is poisoned until the slow spell.
There you go. Yeah.
That's terrible. I mean, it's good. But
Gotta
it's
make
terrible.
sense though, right?
It makes sense.
Because it's
Yeah.
the antithesis of what you are.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get poisoned by slow.
A carriage is coming down the road.
I don't-
You hear the wheels and the horses. It pulls to a stop in front of the moon mask.
How far away is it?
From where you guys are, it's about 50 feet away from where you are.
What's the speed?
Good.
Okay.
So it's to stop.
Is it dim or dark around here?
It's very dim and dark out
Okay,
front.
so it's
There's
nighttime.
only lanterns by the two guards, the pole lantern the one guard's using. There's a couple oil lamps that at least get the road a little bit of light. The river district, I mean, you can feel and hear the water, but this house or this
Can't see
location isn't necessarily near the river itself. But it's a much more kind of woodsy, kind of cloistered area, which would make sense. Whatever this place is, it's secretive, it's hidden, it's a good place to meet people.
I'd like to head toward the carriage.
Okay.
And stealth so that I can meld into the shadow underneath of the carriage.
Okay. Give me a stealth check as you
+6.
whisk off quickly to do that.
With the rings,
Use
can
it
we
as
talk
fucking
to each
boulder.
other as well?
No, only with
Only
the
with
wizard.
her? Okay.
Correct. Only with Moon Whisper.
Okay, so 21.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I roll advantage. If I have proficient, I roll advantage, correct?
No, we're not using that rule
We're not
set.
using that rule.
Yeah.
That's not one
Yeah.
of the ones that he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 21.
So you watch as Bankan quietly disappears into the shadow of the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a stealth check, if you would, Nord, as you begin to silently follow.
You're following.
You have advantage because you're invisible, right?
I'm only invisible when I'm not moving.
Gotcha. Okay.
I am moving so slow that you cannot
Yeah, you're
see
like
me.
Fry drinking 200 cups of coffee.
I was thinking
You're thinking
Drax.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
12.
12.
Me too.
I only rolled a 9. Sorry. I rolled a 9, but I got an 18.
18. Okay.
Wait, yeah, stealth. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm small.
I don't know if I get
As
advantage.
you stumble on your way there,
Advantage?
you feel Bankan's shadow kind of warp around you and kind of keep you hidden until you get to the carriage. As the three of you duck underneath the carriage, one of the guards steps away from the front door to look on the side of the carriage that you guys just kind of disappeared into. And you can see his booted feet, his spear heft that he's holding, and he's just kind of looking. Sworn I heard something. He's kind of,
Are there laces or are they like slip on boots?
they're leather boots, traditional leather boots. Huh. Good night. Thomas, keep an eye out. Yes, sir.
I make dancing lights appear in the woods behind us.
Fucking
it's
fireflies. Probably an animal.
It's 4 torch-sized lights within range, up to 120 feet.
Oh, okay.
So I make them look like they're walking through the forest.
Thomas, I'm going to go check something out over by those trees. I'll be right back. You watch as he steps away from the carriage, crosses the dirt road, and disappears in the direction of your torches.
As they look like they're walking.
I rolled a 1 for his insight, so. With that, a person steps out of the carriage. They are...
So we're looking for someone who's meeting Marlo.
They are...
No, wait, did she say Marlo owns, and this is Marlo's establishment, and they're meeting Marlo here, or
Marlo is set to meet someone here.
Marlo is
And to
just
be
set?
mindful of a creature called Sprix.
Okay.
You see tall boots,
Mhm.
leather pants, green tunic with a red jacket, a foppish hat with a kind of feather draped off of it, a kind of pinched looking face, kind of steps out of the carriage. And you're kind of looking up from underneath the carriage to see where he's coming out, and he looks around and he goes, kind of looks over his shoulder, and he seems a bit paranoid. And he pauses for a moment. Miss Griggs, are you coming or not? You watch as a blackish, reddish imp kind of flies out of the carriage, lands onto the guy's shoulder. Griggs kind of, I don't know why you come here. The mood's always so joyous. You know, we have to meet him here. It's the only place that we can trust. What's up, bud? Yeah, you can play with that. Be careful. Oh my god, I noticed his little face behind me looking up at me. I almost shat my drawers. Because I knew he was back there, and I'm like, ah! Oh, well, okay, yeah, one of them broke. I don't know why these epoxy ones break so easy.
No.
You watch as this individual speaking with Strix. The two of them start walking up the pathway. The guard stands to attention. Of course, sir. Good to see you again. Opens the door. The tall, slender, pinch-faced man stops to look around you again over his shoulder. Strix, you're always so paranoid. No one's following you. Says you. Okay. And they go in through
Fireball.
The door shuts. And the carriage is beginning to slowly start to tremble up. Heading towards the garden. All right. We'll use the same stealth checks. Well, no, yours is pretty shitty, so let's do stealth checks.
What was your plus?
+9. Yeah, she's fast. She's fast. What'd you get?
9.
21 and 23.
Okay. As you
I'm
and
distracted.
yeah, like
I
as
wanna-
you and Crystal kind of like move quickly, she uses kind of your shadow as you kind of are attaching yourself to things that are casting shadows. And the two of you are moving pretty quietly. Your waddly little toady friend is kind of like waddling, trying to catch up with you, and then immediately trips on a cobblestone and just face plants into the garden path. The guard in front of the door watches the carriage leave, but then looks quickly to see this strange blackish, purplish, bluish blob on the lawn, and he pulls the lantern up off the hanger, and he's got his spear out, and he starts walking towards it.
Like, right.
Meow.
Give me a deception check as you do that.
Oh,
No.
What do you want?
Deception.
Deception.
4. I rolled a 4. You watch as he, Cat, what the hell is that? And he starts kind of, you and Crystal watch him getting closer towards your pudgy little friend, doing the meow sounds, trying to get back into the darkness. Anything you want to try before he catches up with Nord?
Yeah, I'm gonna surround him and kind of come up from the shadow and surround him to make him look like a opening spots in my shadow to his skin,
Okay.
and make roll deception for this.
Okay.
But I'm trying to make him take my own shape because I'm amorphous.
Right.
Look like a very disgusting, mangy looking cat.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Give me a deception check.
With his smell.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I'm sorry, I blocked with that. Okay, so that is a +0. That is a 14.
You watch as the guard stops short, sees the condition of this creature.
I'll squirt just a little bit of the foul smell and do just to make
Oh!
it gross. Yeah.
Oh, give him disadvantage on his insight with that one. Oh, jeez, stray cats. Oh, he takes his lantern and just kind of picks up a rock and throws it at you, and it thumps alongside you. You got like scurry off into the garden space. The three of you gathering at some hedgerow in the back of the structure. Dang. It was my knuckles, not my feet. Damn knuckle dragger. But you guys are now on the side of the structure, mixed into kind of like the bushes and undergrowth of the garden. And now you're looking at the side of the structure.
Windows.
There are some windows there. You can see silhouettes of people. There's a door, and it opens suddenly. And this big burly orc wearing a chef's outfit has a big bucket of scraps, tosses it out into the garden pile, and then takes the bucket, shuts the door, and goes back inside.
I want to go look at the door.
You float over and
I'm gonna go look at the
scraps.
Yes.
Yeah, you scurry over to the scraps. Give me a charisma save, if you would, please, or else you may begin gorging on the scraps. Which causes you to leak oil and fart a lot.
my saves.
It should be by your passives and
Saving throw modifier. Charisma save?
Yep. 2? Yeah, so as you and Crystal make it over to either side of the door, you look over and there's Nord. It like he's jumped belly first into the pile of scraps, and he is just open palming, just scooping up scraps into his mouth. Give me investigation as you and Crystal begin to examine the door. How did that battle go? Was it pungent?
Is it as bad as Fjord is right now?
Yeah.
No, it's
Nord
not
had
as
a-
bad as Nord.
Nord had
Oh, what'd you do?
everything I rolled
he's
was
Gordy.
under 4.
Make an
Investigation.
Yeah, 'cause-
investigation,
So
or-
basically, the carriage had moved off, so you guys ran towards the garden. he tripped on the way, so they had to use some clever deception to keep
He
the,
did the
guard,
clever.
the other guard from approaching.
Investigation?
And now you're on the side of the house. You and Bankan are on either side of a kitchen door,
I got it.
and he's currently belly flopped into a stack of scraps that the orc chef threw out into the garden, and he's gorging himself.
17.
17?
13.
13. There's a black lever handle on the door. Doesn't appear to have a lock. You can hear kitchen activity. You can hear the sounds of people doing things that would give you an idea that maybe it's a kitchen on the other side of the door.
Are there
Scraps right there.
gaps under the door on the side? Like,
There are some gaps for you, yeah. They're enough where you can peer in to see a little bit of light.
I just need to know. It's about
Yeah, I would say so, especially under the door.
Okay.
Go under. Go under the door and you attach yourself to the shadows in the hallway. You can see a slide lever for the kitchen door. There's a short 20-foot hallway that leads to a free-floating door that and you watch as a server. A very kind of gawky little goblin comes out carrying a tray. He's got a little bow tie on, a little black shirt with more of a muscle shirt. You know, he comes out with a bunch of hors d'oeuvres on it and comes through and looks around and goes through down another hallway. And from that hallway, you can hear like the party sounds of the event. There'll be more towards the front of the establishment. Get the feeling that that's the kitchen directly in front of you. There's another door to your right, which might be maybe a storage room, because there's a pungent smell coming from it, but not a bad smell, like a, you know, an umami smell of a bunch of different fragrances kind of colliding at the same time. But the door is being held fast. There's a slide lever lock on the interior of the door. It's so fucking weird. See, this is what I miss having Ive on here, because Ivar would totally feed into that.
She's cleansing her nasal passages after what just assaulted her. Okay.
I don't blame her in the least. I do not blame her in the least.
I think those were about
My precious. My precious. So what are you doing? Give me a chicken bone.
Stop eating the fish bones.
I give you a sleight of hand. That's so gross. D6 inspiration for that. That was perfect. There's just a pudgy little purple creature out there in a stack of scraps, and you just watch them kind of hairball out of like bones of a fish. Are they sugar free?
No.
Oh. Don't yell at me.
No.
No. I don't like sugar free because usually the substitutions make me do nasty things. What's your passive perception?
14.
You don't hear it, but then suddenly the door that you're standing alongside loosens up a bit, and a shadowy figure kind of pushes it open just big enough for you and Fnor to sneak into the hallway.
And as it opened, my head
okay
just
to go?
kind of.
Yeah, because like at some point,
Get in here.
yeah,
I got all the good bits. The rest of them are too small.
yeah.
Too clean.
You guys are now in the hallway. There's a door to your right. There's another hallway that peters off to the left towards the front of the house. And the hallway ends at doors that flap. You can see feet moving and people busy in the kitchen.
We need to get to the front to find what's his face.
Marlowe
Marlowe.
and Strix.
I do have, well, if we will allow it, I have the uncanny smell ability.
Okay.
I have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell. Can I sniff for that fuck you got?
Absolutely. Give me a perception check with advantage. You thought Carolyn was bad last night.
Ooh, 19.
Hey, Baz, can you be a little softy? Saki like that. Thank you.
22.
22. You
Sebastian.
being under the carriage, your pupils kind of blow out. And you could smell the stink of Sprix, which is like smells like sulfur. And then you could smell that bizarre cottony perfume
Gross perfume. Yeah.
of we're still not sure
He's wearing green.
yeah. We're still not sure if it's Marlowe or not,
Old Spice.
but because he was traveling with Strix, you're kind of assuming it might be Marlowe.
That way.
Lead the way. And we quietly follow.
Give me 3 fresh
I had
stealth
to
checks.
hold my arms up this time.
Yeah. Now you're a little more orangutan
I rolled another 9.
for 18.
18.
23.
Nice.
5.
I have a
Nice.
+9. How am I rolling 9?
9.
9.
You guys sneak into the hallway where you saw the goblin server go down to go deliver the tray of food. And now the sound of tavern music. Like, you know, bardic music is being played. You could hear the chiming of glasses. I hate you. You could
What,
hear
you don't like jazz?
voices. I swear to God, that cantina scene has ruined all fantasy tavern.
It really has. Well, what's worse is that's the type of music it's
Uh-huh.
called jizz. That type of music. That type
Not
of
jazz,
music.
it's jizz.
It's called jizz.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're
Let's move
gonna
on.
give you up. They're gonna let you go.
Useless information number 249.
Yeah.
Um,
What is what is the type of music? Star Wars
I hate
cantina
you
music.
too. The three of you are beginning to skulk down this hallway, and
I'm
it's
just like
easy
I'm
for
thinking
you.
like
I know it's easy for you because you just attach to the shadow.
yeah,
to present
I'm just
themselves,
like slit like I'm just
you know. And there's your pudgy little purple friend kind of waddling behind quickly. You guys literally walk past an open door where a very bored and half asleep elven woman is in charge of the cloakroom. She's kind of like just kind of staring off in the face, just kind of picking at her fingernail, kind of just lost in thought.
Did she see us?
No, scroll right by. She doesn't notice you. I can assume you're whispering. Why does everybody do that?
Just assume you're whispering.
I could sneak in there and sniff it out his cloak, and you could hide in his cloak.
But we have to find him. We need to find him.
Okay.
You guys get to the end of the hallway, and you're looking into an amazing kind of large open space filled with different sectional places that people are sitting and drinking, having conversations. You can still see people wearing the kind of administrative colors of Neverwinter. You see people wearing their colors of the guilds that they must belong to. Sitting over on an overstuffed chair, sitting on the chair is Sprix and the person that he came in with, who you suspect is Marlowe. With the chair back towards you, they're in a conversation with somebody. You can see feet kind of through the bottom of the chair. You can see an arm with a cloak kind of covering it on the arm of the chair.
Does it smell familiar?
In the perception with advantage.
Is it bad that we should describe that all I can think of is like moving the bar? That's what I was picturing. It's a medieval
20 not natural.
Okay. They have a distinct sea salt smell and the smell of the docks.
Tasting.
Smells like fish.
While the room is decently lit, there's lots of shadowy spots for you. But as the three of you are hunkered down there, you can see two goblin servers beginning to come towards the direction of that hallway because their trays are empty, they have the appearances that they're going to go and maybe hit the kitchen up.
Oh,
There's
Find
raptors in the hallway that you look up. Give me athletics or acrobatics. Your choice. Oh, thank you. That's Mommy's owl. It's corrupted her.
Do I have to declare if I'm using the inspiration before I roll?
No, you can use it after the fact. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Otherwise, what's the point? I'm using inspiration. You'd never use it if that was the case.
10.
Okay. DC was a 10, but the challenge you have, it's kind of a tight spot. So as you
I am rubbery.
as you watch him pull himself into the raptors, he kind of has to wedge himself in like putty. He's like all contorted and kind of disfigured up in the raptors.
His left foot's by his right cheek.
So give me a stealth check. What are you two doing? The goblins are getting closer.
I'm going to step into the corner, like up against the wall,
Okay.
and I'm going to freeze.
Does that
and
cause you
I
to go
am-
invisible?
Invisible.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hold still and go invisible. Plenty of shadows for you to kind of blend
That's
into.
exactly what I'm
Okay.
doing.
So give me a stealth. Give me a stealth with advantage because you're currently invisible.
24.
Getting better at stealth checks.
You gotta stop hiding my dice. Where did you put them?
Dirty.
20.
24.
24.
Not natural.
Not natural 24. Yeah.
Two goblins coming into the entrance of the hallway.
We're not opening.
I really hate that Marlowe fellow. I hate it when he brings in that strange creature. I know, he's always picking food off our plate. It's terrible.
Oh, so cute. There you go. Go play with them. No? You want me to hold on to them? Okay.
And we can come back with
Honey, he's under the impression that he wants this open.
I know. I told him no.
Okay. I'm saying no as well. You play with the box. I know. No, it stays here.
Here, play with your duckies.
Two goblins are nattering and complaining about Marlowe and his
We still have that
Strange.
camera.
yeah, we do.
Hold the cord.
Of course we do. Can you tell Grandma's out of town this week?
No, not at all.
She is.
Grandma's in
Great
Big Bear
buddy.
for the week.
The goblins walk by you, don't notice you. They stop at the cloak closets. They kind of like say something to the elf, and she comes over to them and kind of scritches their little heads and pinches their little cheeks, and she just kind of, well, we'll get drinks later. She goes back in, and two goblins just kind of bounce along the way and head towards the kitchen.
They're out of sight.
The goblins are, yeah. But the room that you need to get into is pretty busy. A lot of activity.
Is there anyone looking this way?
Not currently, no.
And-
Open rafters.
Yep, open rafters. It's very steepled ranch house style roof.
Are they
Lots of shadows
shadowy?
and darkness.
Let's go up.
Is it like chandelier? Any like?
No,
light
not
that they-
fancy in that way. I mean,
Okay.
think of like a ranch house, like the Yellowstone, like the Dutton house. You know, it's just this
Like
big
this,
sprawling, yeah, with a peak up in the rafters, and all the lighting is down lower. There's a couple hanging points of lanterns, but you know, there's a lot of just shadowed light because of the nighttime interior of the place.
Yeah, I'm going to slither up to the
Okay.
rafters.
Give me athletics or acrobatics.
I'm gonna try and
Athletics or acrobatics for
To
climbing
the
up into the rafters. Nord, what are you doing?
Staying put.
You're staying where you are up
In
in
the
the
rafters?
hallway rafters?
Well, that's where everyone is, right?
No,
No,
they're
we're
going
going
out
into
into
the
the room,
Into
the
the room.
big room, and getting up into those
I would have
rafters.
to go down to the door and look at
It's not really a door; it's just an open. It's a doorway without a door, basically.
that. Are there any vents up here?
None that you can see. Passive would be high enough to pick up on something.
Okay,
got a
I will
22.
follow.
22. What'd you get?
17.
Okay. Watch as these two scale up into the height of the rafters. 14. Give it a DC 12. So you guys, while you two make it look seamless and easy, he's kind of, his pudginess and his rubberiness kind of makes it a challenge. At one point, a couple droplets of his oil glands kind of cascade down onto a server and like into the food without really anyone noticing.
I was thinking about doing it.
He like presents
your
the
slime-
like he presents the tray to a couple of the patrons.
Does
The
your
patrons
slime
like,
have
oh no, thank you. You can take that away. Two of
Does
you,
your
all
slime
three of
have
you.
hallucinogenic properties?
It's just reeks. The three of you are now up at the rafters, scaling through the rafters to get an angle on the person that Marlo is talking to. It's at that moment Scrix looks up into the rafters. You freeze, you go invisible. You love your hands. Everyone give me stealth checks. Because you went invisible, that's stealth with advantage. You have a bit, you get +2 on
I
stealth.
get plus
Funny,
2.
man.
Yeah.
8.
8? Oof.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
One D4.
What'd you get again, Crystal?
I got a 1 and a 15.
So
So +7.
22?
So 22.
The two of you, she freezes, and you use the shadows of the rafters to kind of hide yourself. He just takes his rubbery form and pretends to be hidden, just like covering his face. Scrix kind of flies up off the chair, doesn't say anything, just flies up, settles in the rafters, looks right at Snort.
Where there's one, there must be two.
Are you trying to
I'm
like
trying to,
deceive
like,
him and like?
feel like I'm just
Yeah, give me a
fucking with
deception
people.
check.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you. Okay. It's on my list too, but I rolled a 4, so it's okay.
Scrix flies over to be right in front of you.
I don't think you're supposed to be here. You smell like a wizard.
And his like claw comes
Oh,
back
we
towards
have
you
we
and
have to attack him.
like
Attack
digs
him.
into
Attack
you.
him.
That is going to be a 14 to hit.
My AC is 14.
You feel the claws lacerate across your shoulder and chest as you take 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
You then watch as his other claw comes back, striking towards you.
Would Charm Person work on an imp? Or does it not a humanoid?
It's not a humanoid. 18 to hit, that'll hit. Take 4 more points of slashing damage from the second slash. He then kind of like his mouth opens and he like goes to bite in on you. That's going to be a 16. Take 3 points of piercing damage. You guys have an opportunity here. Scrix has just kind of gone in and started mauling Snord up in the rafters. The music is loud enough, the conversation and everything below you, there's a crowd noise kind of emanating up towards you. So far, no one's noticed the encounter. What do you want to do as
Sleep.
you cast sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea how many hit points he has.
Yeah, roll the hit point pool and see if it's
I
enough.
don't know how to do it. Each
Should say in the
creature
spell.
of your choice in a practice radius sphere. Oh shit. It says
Sebastian?
It's a sphere.
It's-
It's a spear.
So-
Take it.
Well, that's fine. It only affects those that can't
Hey,
exceed the hit
Sebastian?
point pool. Sebastian, you can't be in the court, my man. Come here, bud. There you go. You can't be on the courts. All right? Do whatever you want, but not on the
Succeed on a wisdom
Sebastian!
saving throw.
not on the courts. He did when
It's
he
a
gives me
wisdom
that
saving
devil's
throw.
grin when he does that.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna fail.
It's 11. Wisdom saving throw of 11.
Yeah, I rolled a 5 plus 2 is a 7.
He
He's
goes
asleep? Oh, I'm thinking of hold person as the spell. That's the
Maybe.
one with the spell pull. Is hold person.
I don't know.
I was going to grapple him.
He's like about ready to attack you again. You watch as Crystal comes out of her hidden state, and there's like a puff of like purple powder that kind of caresses him. His eyes. I'm gonna. Let me see if he falls off. He does. Well, he slumps in such a way that he's on the rafter, like straddling it like a seahorse. You know, just like a pommel horse. You know, he's like on it and across it, and he.
They call that splooting.
Splooping?
Yes.
Yeah, you know when
When a dog just kind of
you know when a cat does it, just right up.
Words I don't need to know, but I thought of that word in different ways. How old are you?
Luge, woman. Stop. Seeing that. Oh, what the hell?
Crap! How did I?
I'm gonna seeing that he fell asleep.
Okay.
My
Wake
wall
up! Wake
opens
up!
up. I reach in. I pull out some of my shadow yarn,
Okay.
and I start to wrap him.
So he's more hidden in the shadows.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Give me deception with advantage to see how well you do that.
Like I lost connection. So 19.
14. That's the DC that needs to be beat for anyone to be able to see him up in the back. The three of you back on track. You leave Strix behind in that veil of shadow.
Oh,
how much will the cookie be?
Equivalent of a regular healing potion. So 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Okay. Eat one of the cookies. As you're crawling over.
and before leaving, I'm going to open his mouth.
If you touch him, it'll wake him.
It was just him.
If you touch physical contact,
Well,
wake
then
him.
wouldn't the shadow yarn?
No, because it never touches him. You use it as kind of a shell around him to deflect the light and to absorb the shadow.
Okay, then.
If you touch his mouth,
I was going
Just
to
gonna-
shove a rock in there.
that would be enough.
I thought
to-
it was like.
No. That would have woken him. Because any physical contact could disturb the sleep spell.
Okay.
Is he attacking your stuff again? You playing alligators and Shadow? I know before, like when he was just 2, he would just sit quietly and play on the ground.
And
Now he's a person. Now it's all full-born
it
interaction.
needed that.
Yep. You guys get to the angle of the rafters. You now see the individual that he's talking about. A kind of wiry individual wearing all black. His hood is pulled down. His right hand is like a mechanical hand. He looks to be wearing sailor-like attire, like maybe he makes his living on the boats. And he's kind of leaning forward. You can hear the two of them talking. Marlowe kind of leans in.
Now, I need you to see to it that number one, that if you're going to steal the items, make sure the Order of the Veil is leave some kind of clue behind to be found. That the caretaker of the residence wants you to slit his throat. We need to make it look like the Veiled Order has issued an assassination. You understand?
Yeah, I understand, sir. My usual fee, then.
Of course, right here.
Hands him a leather pouch of some kind.
All right, well, there be no other matters. I'll get on it right away.
And you watch as this person stands up. They're only roughly about 5 feet humanoid height. Black curly hair, scar across his face. But he's got this wicked dagger like stuck into his belt that looks like it might be purposeful or magical. And he's now walking towards the front door that'll let him out into the front door. So you start scrabbling along the rafters to keep up with him.
This guy, not the
Not
The
Marlo.
sailor.
officer.
The one, yeah, you're supposed to figure out who he's talking to, and then once you figure out who he is, get rid of him.
Yeah.
And frame the Black
Frame
Order.
the Zentarium, the Black Order.
Okay.
You guys scamper across the rafters to.
Right.
Is there a window?
There's windows along the front wall. There's windows along the right wall. And there's a window along the left wall, but the left wall has all of the hallway entrances that go back towards the kitchen and the side entrance that you guys originally came through.
I'm going to motion to you
Huh?
to follow
None of them
him.
are-
Yeah, it's cold
We'll
and
go
there's a
around the back.
roaring fire pit in the corner of the wall, so that's keeping all the warmth in.
So yeah.
I'm going to motion
I'm
to
gonna go,
him to follow, and then we're
And
going to
when
go
I
around
have a
that.
s- when I see it at a good spot.
What's your passive perception?
13.
He's moving through some of the lanterns that are set on tables, and there's cascading shadows. You get the feeling that you could drop down into those shadows and attack yourself. Give me a stealth check as you do that. Where are you two heading off to?
Back around through.
Through the side that you
Yep.
originally came
That
through?
way we don't.
Give me athletics or acrobatics as you make your
'cause I
way.
think we'll be seen if we can. 14 plus 7,
Nice.
26.
Nice. You guys manage to scamper, get underneath into the hallway rafters. They continue. They take you to the door. The orc is actually coming back in. The door is slightly open. He's coming back in after tossing out some more scraps. You kind of wait for him to move. You give me stealth checks as you drop down to exit the door. You've attached yourself to him at this point.
19.
Okay? Well, as you land, pretty quiet, and you head out the door before it closes. As you land, you hit your head on the door on your way out. The orc kind of looks over his shoulder to see what's behind him. Something just thumped into his door. What do you do? Give me a deception check.
And I scored a little bit of growth.
Yeah, a little bit of gross.
Yeah. No, actually,
And Druidcraft
Yeah,
to
no
make it, I don't know, like,
Like wrapped up in vines or something.
Yeah.
So we both have to do that.
well, we all
A what?
Not
We're
natural.
all fairy.
The orc takes his cleaver, sees you by the door, and he starts running towards you. 19 to hit.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 8 points of slashing damage, and then he's gonna kick you out the door.
Can I use acrobatics to roll with the kick?
He misses you as you dive out the door, and he's about to slam the door. Keep these mangy cats out, damn it! And he slams the door.
Okay. I eat my other cookie.
Those fly stands are really expensive. You broke one of my flight stands.
Oh. We should be able to print those, couldn't we?
It just takes so much. I don't print translucent stuff, and these are translucent, so you can see through them.
I have some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I may need to borrow. I'll see if which ones of those are.
I'll bring it on next week.
Yeah, I'll see how much of it's survivable. No big deal.
Okay,
Just
well,
plastic.
actually, wait. Give
Should
it to
be able to
me.
be
I could probably
Okay. So as you get kicked, you stumble out because he tries to kick you. She's already out, patiently waiting for you. The two of you look at the garden path just in time to see the figure, walking down the dirt road, and you can see his extended shadow, kind of giving you the finger to follow. As you recognize, Badcan is motioning you to follow his shadow.
And we will follow. I will follow him.
I will follow him. Go back outside.
fresh scraps though.
Grab a handful of the fresh scraps and toss them in Nord's mouth.
Just don't choke him.
I'd try my best to choke him.
Well, don't excite him either. You watch as you can see the silhouettes of their forms kind of following along the kind of it's not really a tree line. It's shrubs and hedgerow and just kind of thick kind of growth of just kind of the in-between plants between the large spaced out houses.
I think to
Give me perception with advantage as you're beginning to smell the strong odor of the river.
13.
13. He's definitely heading towards the river docks. The direction he's going. The three of you realize that you're in an in-between point. There's some cover. This might be the opportunity to take him out.
Yes. Oh, yes.
He's this river guy with the mechanical arm shit.
I know who that is.
Okay.
That's Lenjez, the Black Dagger. Take him out. Can you
kill
get
him?
him?
Can we kill him?
Absolutely. That's your
Yeah.
job, you
Question.
fucking idiot.
Question. We can't be seen. Can we see each other killing him?
Why am I talking to you? You're not leading. There's no way they would let you lead this expedition. You're an idiot.
Oh,
Of course you could see each other. How else are you going to coordinate
okay.
things?
Well, you said no one see you.
You feel the psychic embrace kind of like cut off, and then immediate response to everybody, including Nord.
Do not allow that idiot to contact me again. Take him out. Kill the individual known as Lenjez, the Black Dagger. I believe he might work for Zentarium. If that's who you're following, take him out.
You want us to kill Nord?
Maybe. You're not really clear on that last statement
Okay.
that she said.
With that, as I'm in his shadow,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just right into
Punchy,
his
punchy.
kidney.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Punchy, punchy,
Do
or
I get advantage?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He has no idea what's going on. He's on his way back to his boat.
oh man, I feel so bad. We're killing the assassin. I'm just kidding.
A little bit of
Okay. So that is 17 plus 4, 21 to hit.
21 will hit. You get an extra D4 on the damage.
Catching him completely flat-footed.
Yep.
And then question. Because of my strength drain ability, instead of doing because I'm a shadow, I'm supposed to be doing necrotic damage.
Whatever damage you do is the damage you do.
Okay, so it's necrotic, and his strength score will also be reduced by 1.
Nice.
They're the ones that look like caltrops.
6.
Oh, I see.
He's got a hat.
You put a hat on. He's wearing a hat.
Take a drink or something. And he's like,
I don't want that, Mom. Why do you get it first?
because then he could spill it on us.
Well, at least it's not LaCroix. It's not cruelty to children.
10 points of necrotic damage,
Nice.
and his strength score drops by 4 points.
Nice.
Well,
What the fuck is doing that?
Flurry of bows.
How many attacks do you get? 2?
2.
Yeah, take your second attack.
Because
And
it's
then you two will have
Fury
your
of Blows is
opportunity.
mine, would be
Yeah.
spending a key.
Focus points.
Yep.
Now,
Whatever.
in the Quickling stats, it says I get multiple attacks.
Mhm.
Do I can't put that in here.
And are these
Do I
also
get multiple
surprised?
attacks?
You get 2 attacks.
Are these two also at advantage?
No, because now he knows something's attacking him.
Okay.
This one is a regular attack roll.
Okay. So that is. Oh, God. 14 and 22.
Why are you rolling twice?
Because Fury of Blows is 2 strikes.
Oh, gotcha. The 22 will hit. The 14 will kind of like pass in front of him and not strike his body.
Punch, 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 punch.
I forgot you guys are level 3.
Does the 22.
Yes, you'd have an extra D4 as well. Okay.
All right. So that is. 4 plus. 6 and
So 6 points of
6
necrotic.
points in necrotic, and he loses another
Does the strength thing
Okay,
stack?
Okay.
It does stack. Okay.
Okay.
You get dangerous.
Another 2 points
Nice.
away from his strength.
Okay. He's going to expend a reaction. This time he saw your secondary blows come at him, and he pulls a pistol from his belt that was kind of tucked underneath. And he points it at you and screams, "Oh!" Pulls the trigger. That's going to be at 26.
Stop squeaking.
So that's going to be a D4. It's going to be 13, 19 points of piercing damage.
Is it magical?
His pistol's magical, so his ammunition would be considered magical. Yes,
Okay. So you said how much?
19 points of piercing damage.
We're only level 3.
I don't know what to tell you. You hear the pistol go off. You two have an opportunity here. What do you want to do?
Does his dagger? Does it?
Can I deflect attack?
Ooh. Can you? What's the roll?
When an attack roll that includes bludgeoning, piercing, or slapping damage hits you, you can reduce the attack's total damage by a D10 plus 5.
Yeah, go for it. Fucking monks.
Don't monk
Does
shit.
Is his dagger considered a loose object?
Sure.
So like-
It's tucked in his front belt. Sure.
Okay. I'm going to.
So you said 19?
8 points of piercing. Reduced?
That was what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. Since it's not,
So it's reduced down to 11?
it's reduced down to 8.
Okay,
Rolled
gotcha. Okay,
6 plus 5.
okay.
Okay.
As you
Is
kind of half come in contact with the bullet shrapnels across your form and scatters the damage across you.
I'm running up and stabby.
Yeah, go for it. Make your stab attacks.
One is a 1 plus 7, and the other one is a 16 plus 7.
23 will hit. You have an extra D4 on that one.
D4 and stop.
Is the dagger considered to be a tiny object?
It'd be considered a small object.
Okay.
10 points
Okay.
of damage, and my daggers are considered magical
Okay.
because of my race.
Okay.
I teleport his dagger into the water, if we can see the water. If not, into an unoccupied space 30 feet away into the
His
dark.
dagger floats in the air. He looks at it.
It actually teleports.
Oh, it teleports. Bings away from his belt, and he looks down at his belt, looks around, and off to his left, he kind of hears a ruffling sound, like something being dropped deep into the undergrowth. He kind of takes his pistol and he kind of detaches himself from your form, and he like, what the bloody hell? And he daggers from her. He's like, oh what the fuck is going on? He immediately will take a shot at you.
At disadvantage.
Yep. Ooh, that's a natural 20 and a 2. The shot rings off and goes right by you. He then looks back over at you, takes another shot towards you. Are you still hidden? Okay. Misses you. So he'll swing back to her,
As soon as
take
I
his
can-
final shot at her. 18 this time.
That's a disadvantage.
Yeah, because I rolled a 13 and a 12.
I'm only at 15.
Okay. So that is going to be, does not exceed your armor class by 5. It's going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
What's my rogue ability? I'm hoping rogues do it.
Third law, I don't know if you have evasion or not.
Motherfucker, I forgot to add my sneak attack.
You didn't have advantage, though.
I was in base.
Oh, that's true. I guess you would have had advantage.
Yeah.
See, the
I need
difficulties of new classes.
Add my 2d6
Okay.
damage.
You have an opportunity here. He's busy shooting at the two of you. He's panicking. He doesn't have his dagger anymore, and he's struggling to keep his pistol loaded. What do you want to do? Yep, go for it.
How much damage?
8 points of piercing damage.
Go ahead and
Fucking grid. It's so
18 to hit.
Up here.
18 to hit.
18 will hit. No extra d4.
This way.
4 necrotic.
Okay.
And another 4 of that from strength. If it hits 0, he falls unconscious.
As you watch the shadowy form of your monk friend just do a flurry of shadow-like blows, he kind of staggers. He's like, why am I... Oh. He falls unconscious under the ground.
Okay.
You can hear boots. You can hear jingling of lanterns. Look back, coming up the dirt road, you can see guards coming in your direction.
You're dragging
I,
him.
I grab his
What's your
pistol.
strength?
Pistol.
Okay. Okay.
And then pull out a dagger for myself and his throat.
Okay. Coup de grace.
Yep.
That takes time. And the guards are getting closer.
You guys hide. I'll do it. You guys hide. I'll do it. I can freeze and you know, they won't see me. Go. I'll put the ground.
is 8. What's strength?
My strength is 8 too.
I'm the strongest one with a 9.
Right.
Okay. We're
When
cool.
I have the ability, since I'm probably still hidden,
Yeah, yeah.
am I between the guards and the action?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good 50 feet away from the front of the house. They're doing their best to get caught up, but they're also doing it semi-slowly with the lanterns out, trying to
Dancing
figure out where
lights.
the noise came from.
Dancing like
You set up dancing lights behind them. Give me a deception check with advantage because you're using dancing lights.
you should just have him pee on him. And he'll smell
No,
disgusting.
he's just unconscious. Yeah, just
You gotta kill him.
Ooh, I got a natty 20.
Okay. With your deception bonus,
Well, I was gonna
Deception
do that on
is
the-
23.
23. The two guards see the pulse of lights. What's the range in that? Like 150 feet?
120 feet.
Yeah, 120 feet off to the side. Over there. Look, look. And then they go running that direction and they disappear into the undergrowth of the
And you can put
trees.
the ground.
As soon as I come over and start turning stealing up.
You get a mouthful of larynx and flesh. You swallow it down.
and I'll just use good crowd and drop a couple of those
Roses on there.
pure black roses.
Okay. You guys.
And then I'm gonna go look for that
Well,
dagger.
I'm gonna rifle through his pockets and take, you know.
Give me an investigation as you rifle through his pockets.
And I'm gonna go look.
You're devouring his throat.
16 plus
I can just
19. 19.
Blood dripping. Scurries off.
Which
So like,
good.
it's not
He's,
that far away. You find the dagger, you put it in your mouth, you bring it back, and it's blood covered, and you give it to my gun. What'd you get?
23.
He's got
No, I'm sorry, not 23. 19.
19. He's got coins on him, but that's not important to you. Shinies don't really mean anything to you.
Well, I was looking for the pouch that whatever his face.
Gave to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a heavy pouch of gold
We don't
coins.
care about
I was gonna give it to what's her face.
Oh, you're gonna take it back to the wizard, to the Moon Whisper. Okay,
I'll take
you
it.
gotta plop it. What do you want coins for? Fae don't care about wealth.
No, but
I'm gonna take it to Moon Whisper. That way, you know,
this.
Do they smell like magic?
Dagger.
I take the bloody dagger.
It smells magical.
No, the coins.
Coins don't smell magical. No,
I put it in the pocket.
you guys
Do
hear
we
in your
have,
heads. You hear in your heads. Are you finished? Is it done? Well, then get back here now. You feel like gravity open up beneath you as you're pulled in to these gravity
Did
wells.
we find his ammunition?
That would have taken more time.
I was only looking for the money pouch.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would have looked for that when he went off.
Okay. Yeah, you found 20 rounds of pistol ammunition.
Do you
And
have a pistol?
yeah, he has his pistol now.
Okay.
And you're back in the chamber. Oh. Judging by the blood coming from Fnord's mouth, things went, oh, excellent. This may come in handy. Well done. And you guys just disapparate. Sent back to the Fae. And that's where we'll finish tonight.
That was so.
That was fun,
That
right?
was so much fun.
A little quicker, a little lighter on the feet. You got to create characters and still get your first mission in, you know? So that was
You're
pretty cool. I
absolutely
liked it.
hating my shadow.
Hey,
wall.
everyone popping in and out. Thank you very much. We will be back next week. We'll be back Sunday for the Crucible. Then our regular Monday night adventures and our now Tuesday night adventures will be here. Through the holidays, eventually starting next year, we'll get back to season 2 of the World of Kalisha and you even remember the name of that campaign? Shattered
Shattered
Kingdoms.
Kingdoms.
Which we
actually
took
just
the holidays off for. But hey, be safe, be kind, and don't forget.
Play
Good night, everybody.